Rants, brought to you by W.GG. Ringside Rants 10% off at W.GG. I am just Mike. We have the Bad Carmen beside us tonight, and we have Jat, the musical maestro of Louisiana, and we have No Sleepy Phil, aka Spicy Phil, aka the Smarker Strong Style Phil. He is MIA. I tried calling him. I tried texting him. I even tried to do other things, and he just said that I'm going to be out tonight. So we shall see if he shows up. If he does, if he don't, we'll see him tomorrow night, 100%.
He's living up to his sleepy gimmick right now.
I'm telling you, man, that dude right there. I ain't never seen somebody crush their gimmick so hard, bro. He's
Right,
like that.
you've heard of the most over gimmick ever? It is the most under gimmick, literally, because he is under, it's unconscious.
He's trying to be the next Danhausen.
But I'm finally back. I'm somewhat still a little bit healthy, but
Josh.
Welcome back, brother.
I'm alive.
Dude, you can tell you lost some weight in your face, man.
Yeah, it's been a kind of a rough 2 weeks, man. It's been a rough 2 weeks.
I can tell.
It's like I got about 2 weeks ago. I got a fever, got sick, and I thought I was getting better. And then all of a sudden, pneumonia hit me, and I'm like, "No shit!" And then
you just like going to the hospital, bro. You just love getting meds.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I felt like a goddamn pincushion.
Here, we're just gonna give you some painkillers. Here you go. What is that? Don't worry about it.
Don't give me no. I don't want no fucking painkillers. No.
Don't worry about it. Forget about it.
What is that? What are you fixing to do to me? Don't worry about it. Just take it. Motherfucker gonna walk out of there with all kinds of shit. They don't even know what the hell. They hit me with 27 needles. What did you get? I don't know. But sometimes I see stars when I'm walking. Sometimes
the colors
from the floor. I don't know what's up with this shit, but it's crazy. But I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're healthy. And as Jordan has put up a Pink Floyd light that he wants everybody to take a look at. It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
I never said I want everybody to take a look at it, but hopefully when people get in the chat, they might get mesmerized, and while they're tripping, they might be like, "Ooh, aha!" Especially when you zoom in on it.
Yeah, I wish you could just put it on one color and leave it there during your stream. Though.
Why?
Because it's a little bit too much there, Jordan.
I have it as slow as it goes on the most chill setting.
Actually, it's not too bad.
No, it's not.
On the big screen,
it looks fine. Hell, Josh. I want to give him hell, man. I just want to give him hell.
Yeah, Mike's just bitching. I got it on the TV. It looks awesome on the bigger screen.
Awesome, yeah, whatever.
All right, hey Monica, take a look at my light. See how awesome it looks.
Anyway, we have some news for tonight. I want to start from Thursday night. Me and Josh was on here, and Thursday night was good. We had a short but sweet welcome back, Josh. And then Friday night we got some more. Friday night we get some. What do we get Friday night? Did we get?
I don't know about Friday. We were on Thursday. Friday was all SmackDown.
Yeah, you get Cody Rhodes winning the title back. And dude, did you see how many people were very disliking that fucking thing on YouTube?
People were paying. People were paying for the thumbs down. You have to pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah, people were paying to give it a thumbs down, dude. It got over 100,000 dislikes. Yep. It says Pink Floyd.
If you wait till the colors go away, it tells you. You can read what it says on a bigger screen or on your computer. I could see it on my TV.
Here. Let's make it a little bit bigger for a second. There it is.
Extreme close up.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It can do seizure-inducing lights, but right now I have it chill.
Yeah, he's gonna give everybody epilepsy.
Yeah, I got the Black Sabbath one in one of my bedrooms. So,
in one of his bedrooms.
Nice to see it being used.
Well, I got a whole entire bedroom dedicated to music. So,
I hear that. Did you ever put up that Pink? You ever put together and frame the Pink Floyd Divisionville puzzle you bought? First thing you ever bought from Coleco?
No. Actually, I'm gonna give that to a cousin of mine on his birthday because he's a big Floyd fan. So,
Okay.
Oh, they were not giving away. They were selling a division bell. It was like a division bell with a CD behind it.
It wasn't. It was the circle that Pink Floyd used live to show their videos, but it did not light no light up or anything. It was just a division bell. And yeah, I went and look it up online. I was like, that's a lot for that. I was like, maybe if it was another album, but not Division. Nothing against Division Bell. It was my ex that died's favorite album, and she loved David Gilmour. She went to the Pulse tour in the early '90s. She was
Oh,
wild. She wanted to be buried to that album. But anyway.
I
Didn't
got.
you buy a David Gilmour album?
Huh?
Didn't you buy a David Gilmour album?
I have the first. He has four. I have the first, or unless he made a brand new fifth one. I'm not sure if I'm thinking wrong or not, but I have the original OG first one, which sounds like Floyd. It's like it came out right around the time between like right around Animals Before the Wall. It's damn good. It's damn good.
Well, anyway, getting back to wrestling. Friday night we had SmackDown. Friday night we had GCW, and Steph Delander and Mance Warner showed up, and she said that she's not going to have her career ended by some guy in a hat. I think that was a dig at Carlos Silva and TNA, which
Silva. That's for old boy back in UFC. Every time he'd come on the fight, we'd all be in the bar. We'd all yell Silva.
Yeah.
Vanderlei.
I don't blame her. I'm like, I wouldn't. I mean, this dude looks more of a goober than fucking Tony Khan.
He looks like a washed up HBK.
Not even that.
Yeah, he does.
No, he looks more of a goober than fucking Tony Khan, and Tony Khan's a fucking goober.
You're telling me this dude looks like he's a jaywalking ass jabroni?
Here, I'm gonna put a picture of Carlos Silva. Let's see.
Silva.
Images. Here we go. Tell me he don't like a washed up freaking HBK. I swear to God, he was like a washed up HBK. Bald headed, washed up HBK.
Oh, washed up HBK.
Oh no. Well, HBK does look washed up now, so there's a difference.
See?
Well, I mean, HBK's old and got his eye dinged to where he
looks like a fucking goober. I mean, look at him.
He don't look worse than Tony fucking Time Cop Khan.
Come on, man. This dude right here.
He looks like a goober. Tony Khan looks like he's fucking coked out. This guy looks like a goober. I mean, I can't describe how.
Tony Khan looks like when he was a kid. His Shad Khan bought him his own sandbox, and no one was ever allowed in it, and he never had to deal with anyone, and never had any human interaction until AEW.
Well, after that, then we also had some New Japan wrestling. Their 52nd.
The Cup.
Yep. No, the 52nd anniversary.
Oh yes, that did. We did have the anniversary show. We have results.
Two matches, and it had two matches for the Cup during the anniversary show.
Yes, we have New Japan brackets to show who's been knocked out from A, B, C, and D block. We have people knocked out. We're getting ready to. That's round one done, and we're also going to get a little later on. We're going to get into AEW's new streaming deal. We're going to talk about that a little later.
I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. Y'all know I love indie wrestling. Y'all know this. We were talking about this before we went live. Saturday night, WOW had an event, and
up around my area. Apparently,
I am a huge indie fan, and I support indie wrestling. I do. And this indie event was shut down by the venue because they wouldn't sell concessions, and I think that's kind of shitty because that's not the people who rented the venue's fault. That's the venue itself, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right on that, Josh?
Yeah. Well, it was not the wrestling promotion's fault. It was the venue's fault for not putting security there. Say, hey, you can't bring that beer in here. You got to buy our beer.
Oh, they wouldn't sell beer.
Or our food or shit like that.
Which, if any of these people knew, well, first of all, 10 to 1 didn't give a shit. If anybody knows anything about how concerts, events, anything goes, anything that sells food and alcohol. Yeah, they're gonna come after you. You're not supposed to bring your own. If you sneak it in, you're at your own risk. We don't. It's kind of like pirating streams. We don't recommend it to anyone, but it's at your own risk. And if you get popped, you get popped. You know that's on you. I pay for New Japan, but yeah, because I support the shit I like, and I want them to just like I buy every Contra game that's good, short of that 2020 bomb,
I mean,
because
if
I
I could
want.
sneak in a couple beers that where I don't, I mean, you got to realize this is the. You said it's around the Chicago area that happened, so you got to realize
Hold
the
on, I'll double check.
normal
I might be wrong, Josh.
your normal $3 beer is going to cost them $10 at a bar. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna sneak my own goddamn beer in. You fucking crazy? It's not like they're checking.
Between you sneaking in beer and Genghis pirating, y'all two would be best buddies.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I have a pay-per-view since '97. I know that
Yeah, yeah.
one. but yeah, but you said, but you
Well, here
said
we go.
from what you're telling me that these people were the venue were just letting people come in, bringing their own stuff and
I
everything. They're
don't
not.
know exactly. All right, here we go. Right here, it's from World of Games. World of Games is the venue.
That,
WOW approached World of Games to have a show on said date after trying to talk Anton out of wanting to reserve a Saturday night due to the amount that would be needed to rent it. He agreed to the amount and terms. This is from World of Games. Anton has been in our facility for events as a wrestler multiple times and has strong ties to Horror Slim, who we've done business with countless times. So the benefit of the doubt, unfortunately, was given to Antoine when he kept saying that his business partner was on the way with the money. After multiple attempts to collect our rental fee and excuses changing, it became very apparent that Anton had zero intentions of honoring the agreement. He was given one last opportunity at 7:40 to pay, which he was unable to do. Due to the amount of people, between 100 and 200 people, some young kids and some elderly, and the feeling that Anton wouldn't own up to his accountability and would paint a different picture to the fans, Southgate Police Department was there to monitor that everyone would be able to safely exit the facility with no issues. To the fans, understand you being upset. This wasn't us wanting more money. It was the amount that he agreed and had not paid. Very unfortunate for everyone, as we didn't plan to dedicate a Saturday night and not get what was owed. Thank you for reading. Now,
that's the venue.
that was the venue stating this. Now, here is other people stating. Here's the official statement from a wrestler that was there. This is not true. You're very unprofessional, and greed is your reasoning. If this is how you do business, you shouldn't own a business, period. Now, the official statement from WLW is the unfortunate occurrence that happened this past Saturday was an extremely unfortunate situation that affected our fans, talent, and staff. Due to obvious reasons, there are certain things that we cannot discuss publicly for those that have questions about what happened deserve answers. We rented a facility that agreed to rent to us for X amount of dollars or X amount if bar sales didn't exceed a certain amount. After we paid our original agreed upon fee, 3 matches into the event, and we were informed that the venue was unhappy with bar sales and needed the second amount of money. Even though that agreement was pending bar sales for the entire night, and when this was mentioned, the venue decided that they were going to go back on our verbal contract and demanded that we pay an additional fee to keep the show going. This left us with a choice of either paying our talent or paying the venue extra money and screwing over the boys who were putting their bodies on the line to entertain everyone in attendance. So we decided to pay everyone and not give the venue any more money. They immediately called the police to have us removed from the facility, and we had no choice but to comply. We provided proof of insurance, did everything that was asked of us, but was still not enough to make the venue keep our original agreement. Regardless of what happened, there is plenty of witnesses that can collaborate our story and seen us pay the venue, etc. We are a small business, no backers, no sponsors, just a team that loves wrestling. And it's absolutely heartbreaking and things unfolded like they did. That being said, the Death Wish Cup will be finished as advertised. We will release details on how and when we will do this, but it is our obligation to deliver the tournament everyone paid for. Your support means the absolute world to us, between the fans and the talent that has stood by our side, and defended us. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. As we said at the event, we will do everything in our power to bounce back from this. Unfortunately, this was a verbal agreement and a cash business. There isn't a smoking gun receipt or anything like that because we never asked for one. The contracts were signed. We just took things at face value because we never expected to have the rug pulled out on us like we did. We cannot divulge much more information, but our fans deserved an answer to what really happened on Saturday. We ask that everyone please gives us some time to evaluate our next steps, but we promise you all this will not be the death of WOW. Thanks to all your love and support, we will continue to do what we love. We'll be selling off signed DWC posters and an exclusive 2 Extreme for Southgate. Oh, this was in Michigan. I'm sorry. 2 Extreme for Southgate Michigan shirts to help recover costs from this unexpected loss to bounce back harder than ever. DM us if you'd like to support. Payments are accepted on PayPal. We Love Wrestling at We Love Wrestling. And here, it's We Love WR3 STLING for anybody that wants to help them. And we will be releasing the first 3 opening round matches for free on our YouTube. Hope this statement helps shine some light on the situation, and we look forward to continuing to give the DM what they deserve for years to come. We apologize to all our talent and fans whose time and money got wasted this weekend. We love you all. Hashtag We Love Wrestling Strong.
Damn.
So, yep.
Hashtag New Japan don't sue us for using the strong title.
Well, okay, but yeah, it sounds like somebody was getting greedy to me.
Yeah. It was supposed to happen on March 11th. We Love Wrestling presents the second annual Death Wish Cup live from World of Games in Southgate, Michigan. This right here is what was supposed to be announced. I'll go ahead and show you. I'll go ahead and tell you. 12 of the best and most violent deathmatch artists in the United States will compete in a one-night single elimination tournament to determine who will win the second annual Death Wish Cup. First round match is Tommy Trainwreck versus Eric Ryan and Terracotta Hell. Deranged versus MM3, Bundles of Joy. Chuck Stein versus Bobby V, Pins and Needles. Orin Vite versus Jason Devine, Last Resort Deathmatch. RSP, Ricky Shane Page versus Dmitry Alexandrov, Fans Bring the Weapons. Brad Cash versus Lil Sicko, Deep Sea Death. And then you had WOW Pure Heart Championship, Neil Cutter versus John Wayne Murdoch. Country Air versus The Pack, and then the Gauntlet of Death. Second round stipulations are Barbed Wire Massacre, Log Cabins, and Tokyo Towers, and Pain in the Glass. So yeah.
I do not know not one of the no disrespect to any of the wrestlers. I do not know one of them guys.
Me either.
You know, Little Sicko.
Well, yeah. Well, I know Little Sicko. That's about it. That's because I actually met the guy right before he got his ass beat by fucking Atticus Kroger.
And John Wayne Murdoch wrestles in GCW too. And so does Ricky Shane Page from time to time.
Well, that's GCW. I'm talking about but all the wrestlers you mentioned, it's like I didn't know who they were. So,
and I was wrong about the monies too. The front row is $50, second row 40, general admission 30, which still ain't bad for a Death Wish tournament or death match tournament. To me, that's pretty awesome.
What's going on, Tyler? What's going on, Anthony?
So if anybody is in Michigan area and they like WOW, please go and support them any way you can. I would recommend everyone support WOW from here on out to eternity. I think it's wrong for what they got done. I stand by them. WOW forever.
I'm gonna look at Josh and say you better jump on a train to Chicago later this year because they're getting the first night of the G1 live in Chicago.
Yeah, he better go.
Oh yeah,
dude. I'm tempted. I wish it wasn't so far away because I would. I'm tempted to go up there for that, but I need to let my monies accumulate, and that's probably gonna be on a Friday night or Saturday night, knowing them.
Yeah, stop buying some albums for like about a month or two and get your ass up here.
I'm already on that.
And Anthony, Ricky Shane Page and John Wayne Murdoch, they both wrestled in CCW before they went to GCW. They did. I don't know who Arca is. I wish you was in Michigan. I know, right? I know, Tyler. I know, me too. Um, but yeah, if y'all can give any any help to We Love Wrestling, tell them that Ringside Rants supports them and show some love to Tommy Trainwreck and the whole crew up there. And
Yeah,
I want to give a shout out to everybody there. And we'd love to have them on and talk wrestling with them, especially about the deathmatch stuff because I'm very interested in that. I mean, I'm a deathmatch fan. I know down here in the South we don't get deathmatch wrestling like up there in the North, which sucks. I mean,
we get them.
yeah, the closest we get to is Tennessee, man, and it's kind of jumbled up. I mean, we get IWA Deep South, which they do some deathmatch stuff, and I want to give a shout out to Necro Butcher, who is amazing, man. Even though his political stuff is political, I don't care about that. Him as a human being, I like him. I think there was a match I posted to the group, and it was awesome because it was him versus Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe made him not answer the 10 count, which was fucking awesome. And
Mhm.
Jordan, that's for you, buddy. Anthony's asking you a question.
Hasn't come on my screen yet, but give it 2 seconds and it will.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, Atticus Clay.
I'll wait till it goes to the. There we go. I'll wait for the big screen so I can see and read it. All right.
No, I wish
Not sure
Atticus would have been there. Atticus would have killed that freaking deathmatch tournament.
how far you are from Panama City, and because the vampire.
I'm closer to Panama City than anybody in here.
Yeah, yeah. Mike is 200. Just for me to get to Mike is a minimum of 200 miles.
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
Yeah, Mike is like right there next door to Florida, man.
I'm 45 minutes away from Pensacola.
Yeah, he's over there. That's a bit of a drive for me, but Mike's the guy that would be
Yeah, yeah. Mike's closer than that. Me, I'm all the way up north.
and then Phil's next on the other between me and Mike in Mississippi. So it'd be Mike. Mike would be the closest to Florida, then Phil, then me, and Josh is way up north.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't
way
talk
up.
about Josh when it comes to beautiful sunset, beaches, sunny beaches. We're talking about Josh because all he gets is the what do you have near you the lakes, the Great Lakes.
Uh, yeah, we got Lake Michigan.
You also
Sorry
got
about that.
you being in Indiana. You got it's not all the way in New Jersey, is it? The boardwalk and all of that.
Yeah, it's all the way over there, man. It's over there in Boardwalk.
Yeah, shit. You're talking about way east now.
Yeah, but they have those conventions where they
No.
got like, oh, 500 pinball tables, play for free all day long. I'm like, yes,
Are,
please.
are you talking about Galloping Ghost?
Well, it's not just a place. Y'all have more conventions, and we down here we don't get them. Y'all get all the conventions where people bring 500, 1,000 pinball arcades and arcade and regular
Yeah.
arcade machines and get to tear it up.
Oh yeah.
Well, we got two big cons on the East Coast that are close to me, man. We got Dragon Con in Atlanta, and we got the
Go show me 50 pinball tables to 100, and I'll be happy.
I don't know if they have pinball tables, but I know
Yeah,
they have all the Japanese games that come from Japan. I was there when they had like you get in and you actually move that motherfucker.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we got we got Galloping Ghost Arcade, which is the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest arcade in the world. In the world, that still has playable video games. You name an arcade, it's there. Then
They
right
grease
down the street from it, it has they have a pinball place too.
No,
they
I
grease
would
the
live in
wheels.
there. I
They
would
grease.
live in there and quit buying records, and I would save a lot of money because I'd keep hitting free games.
I like
Um,
pinball games.
no, Anthony, Louisiana has nothing that borders with Florida. All we share is the Gulf Coast.
We border Florida. We border Pensacola,
Yeah,
and
I'm next door to Texas, partner. I'm down here in Southeast Louisiana. Like
Yeah,
The Gulf of America is like 2 hours from me.
nah, Mexico. It's the Gulf of Mexico.
It's the Gulf of America.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I don't listen to
It's
people that look like Cheetos.
and you know what? It's very nice. It's nice when it's the Gulf of America. When it's the Gulf of Mexico, it's not very nice.
well, I can tell you this:
It's
Mississippi,
fair.
Louisiana,
Very nice and very evil.
they all have shitty water. Shitty water
Yeah,
when it
yeah,
comes
that's no.
to
And then we just for a little world knowledge, not that it's an amazing amount of oil considering how much comes off the seabed. They just dumped another 300 barrels. Somebody fucked up and got fired. Another 300 barrels just fell into the Gulf.
yeah, damn. Well, I can tell you this. This is no shit. Our beach, we have white sandy beaches. Our beach sand is imported to like Hawaii.
And you see
That's how.
In Louisiana, we have white sandy beaches too, but they don't. They're not sandy. They're just white beaches, and I fuck them.
Yeah, yeah, Anthony. Yeah, I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Northwest Indiana. I'm like just a fart smell away from Chicago. So yeah,
Hey, Fart,
I'm just
you
like I'm
heard?
just yeah, I'm like well, like quite literally, I could go right on my porch and I could see Chicago from my house.
You heard Josh. You heard it here first. Chicago smells like farts. You heard it here
Nah,
first.
I said I'm a fart smell away from Chicago. There's
I
a
wonder.
difference.
That's probably their subways probably smell like ass, or their trains.
Uh,
Not really.
Not really. Not
Probably,
really.
probably very sweaty. It's
I
not
rode
sweaty
the
up in them trains.
Summertime it's stinky. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like a locker room.
It's like you get a bunch of fat Midwesterners or fat Midwesterners in a fucking tube. Yeah, it's gonna be a little smelly.
Yeah, and
Well,
then
I did ride the.
on the other side of you on the train, you got the guy that ain't took a shower in 2 weeks, do it going like this.
I did ride the L train whenever I visited Chicago, and it went right by Kaminsky Park, and we got off right outside of Kaminsky, which is like it was like a little Asian. I call it
Chinatown.
yeah. We got off down there and walked around and went to their arcade and stuff. They have a cool ass arcade in Chinatown.
You
Oh
getting
yeah.
ready to make me? After we get off of here, I'm gonna have to spin Thin Lizzy Chinatown now. You got me hyped.
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
hold on. Anthony said, if you're from the Midwest, Josh, how far are you away from Kentucky? Oh, Kentucky's. You're talking about. Yeah,
southeast.
like you got and understand. Here's Indiana. I'm up here. Bottom of Indiana's down here where Kentucky's at. So it's like I'm all the way up by Lake Michigan.
I wonder who's
He's by
closer.
Heroin Needle, Michigan.
I wonder who's closer. Not counting Mike, but I wonder who's closer, me or Josh, to Tennessee and Kentucky.
Oh,
Probably about the same.
I'm closer to Tennessee than everybody.
Well, I just said that.
Actually, I think we're probably it'd probably be about the same bottom trip. Because
Actually,
it's like
Gordon cut straight across and hit Tennessee, and he had cut right through Mississippi and Alabama to get to Tennessee.
Tennessee's about the same distance for me as Texas next door. That's how big Texas is, and you get to look at nothing till you get to the city. But yeah, Texas
well,
is like
actually, it'd be a straight shot for me too. Because all I gotta do is get on I-55, and it's a straight shot to right to Tennessee. Though I don't recommend anybody going to Memphis, man. It's a shithole.
yeah,
Hey
yeah.
man, hey,
not
there's a what's it called? There's a street over there that has barbecue and it's BB King, and you had the shit. What is it? Beale Street. Beale Street.
Mike is foreshadowing the end of the show right now with that reference.
What?
Yeah,
BB
don't
King?
worry about it. Don't you worry about that. You'll see. But Monica just told the truth. I take an L when I get out of work. It always smells like piss and broken dreams. She's talking about the train.
Yeah, I know.
I knew it was
Basically.
gonna smell. I knew it was gonna smell like ass. That's for all you angry video game nerd fans out there.
See, no, I didn't even know CCW. I know Gangrel runs it. I didn't know he come to Pensacola. I knew he goes to Panama City. Bless you, Josh.
Yeah,
and I know he goes to like Destin and things of that nature. And Panama City's like 2.5 hours away. Destin's like 2 hours away. And I know he works around that area there for like Tallahassee. And I think he even goes to what's that other one down there? Jacksonville. I think he does Jayville too. If I'm not 100% mistaken. But yeah, I want to go see some CCW Coastal. What's it called? Coastal Championship Wrestling.
I want to
I
go
want
to a
to go see
G1. I want to go to a fucking G1. And once I hear what the first round matches are, that's gonna that might tempt me to go over there and ride the stinky L train with John.
Yeah, I won't be riding
well,
the L train to go there.
well,
No.
if it's honestly, it if the where they're having the G1 is the same place where they have all the AEW events at, and it's way past
It's a now
the
arena.
airport. So we wouldn't even have to take a train. We if you were to come and like say if you like you would come and stay with me, we would have to hop on the we have to drive all the way out there, and that's about a good hour and a half
Yeah,
just to get to the venue.
I think it's
Okay.
the Now, ain't it?
Huh?
Ain't that the Now arena?
Yeah, it's the Now Arena. So basically, the the four venues that Chicago has all the wrestling events at is obviously there's
Yeah.
the Wind Trust, which is in, like, in the middle of downtown Chicago. Then you got the Allstate, you got the not Allstate, the United Center. That's in downtown Chicago, obviously where the Bulls and Blackhawks and where it's at the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Then you got the Allstate Arena, which is in Rosemont, which is right by the airport, and that's just outside of Chicago, like additional 30 minutes past Chicago. Then the Now Arena is past that. So that's why I say it's about an hour and a half away from me.
It will be kicking off Saturday, July 11th at the Now Arena in the Windy City.
You know they're gonna try. Well, I mean, you don't have much, but they're gonna try to put. It's the G1, so you're not gonna have too much random matches, but they're gonna try to put the guy Gen talent. Like if we still had the roster of old, this card would be loaded with Kenny Omega, Jay White, the Bucks, Hangman, Cody. I mean,
Yeah,
David Finlay, Juice Robinson. It'd be Trent Barretta, Chucky T. It'd be loaded with all like the guys, the non-Japanese. But I'm wondering what that first night's gonna have to be a banger with like two, because they do double main event. That G1 that the double main event's gonna have they're gonna have probably going to be two Japanese, like as close to what we have on the roster as iconic legends, and probably some high end Gaijin or something. We're gonna find out, but the G1 list doesn't get revealed until the night of Dominion pay-per-view,
Mhm.
which in the middle of that card for the break, and I love it because it's like a video game. Everybody just,
Well,
and
I can
it's
tell you this year alone, for being in the Windy City instead of having the Windy City Riot, you're getting the G1. And that just says a lot what they think about the United States and what they're bringing here this year for the G1.
well, it's not the
yeah,
first time. Before the pandemic, they did start the G1 here. It's not the first time, but
No, it's
and
not, but
people.
it just says like they're getting back to where they were, man.
Yeah,
And
they are. They are. They're trying to
yeah,
resume operations now that they've caught up a little bit money wise. They're still a little behind with COVID. They had to, they had to do a bunch of, we had to kind of stop for a little while and then shows without crowds. But it was kind of a 6 month break there. They didn't get to keep going like AEW and WWE did.
because
yeah.
AEW
Because
didn't have
because New Japan for back to back were for Chicago, they linked it up with
ROH.
no with C2E2, which is like a convention that's going on. Usually it happens the same because last year C2E2 was going on, and right next door to it, New Japan had a show, and they did that for like 2 years in a row.
right whenever AEW was doing shows in Chicago as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and
That's gonna bring.
they even linked up with AEW for one of the shows there. So
Yeah, it's gonna bring a
um,
nice little crowd because New Japan is not AEW showing up every hour, every minute, every month. It's gonna bring them. What does the Now Arena fit like people wise?
I can tell you.
good
If
God,
it's massive, they're gonna cut the place in half, at least a quarter. But New Japan doesn't
yeah,
usually have trouble.
it's not as big as you think it is.
All right, well, 5,000 people would be 3,000 to 5,000 is a healthy New Japan show in the U.S., and that's normally what they do. When they came to Texas for the first night of the I think it was Texas. I could be wrong. They did come to Texas, but I think that might have been the first night of G1. They had 5,000 strong, and when Tanahashi and Okada, the bell rang for the main event, they stood there, and the whole place just went. It sounded like 10,000, 20,000 people, and they just stood there and looked around. The people were like, "We're getting this on American soul." They were so happy.
I looked up the capacity for the Now Arena. The Now Arena has a seating capacity of 11,800 for concerts and performances. For other events, the capacity ranges from 3,000 to 6,000 for theater shows, 9,400 for football, hockey, lacrosse, and soccer games, and 10,000 for basketball games.
They're gonna go for 3,000, and if the tickets sell, they're gonna open that up and go for 5.
The only problem is like I said, I went to the Windy City Riot when they came to Chicago. The only thing that I have with a problem with it with New Japan is that
No production.
it's production. Like, oh my god, it's like honestly, it's like watching an old school
Territory show.
show. It's
Yeah,
just
but
like
how many
it's just a curtain and a couple smoke machines. That's it.
Yeah, but their production is all right. I don't care about a million screens. Their production has jumped in the last year or two, big time. Now that they're in 4K and all of that, it looks good.
Hold on, Jordan. I have to say this on the one that came to America, the beginning in America, the beginning in the U.S.
Yeah, it was stripped down and fun.
It was the production was stripped. All you had was a plank with two sets of stairwells coming down.
Yeah,
you walk through the middle of the ring, and you get.
That's not production. That's your stage. Your the cameras. And here's why I say. Wait, here's why I say this. And if Phil was on, he could back me up. We've had some horrible shows on Fight where the connections were shit, the sound was off, we had crackling, we would lose signal. People were pissed. We got some horrible shows on Fight. Since Triller has taken over, and they're not really using Triller, but maybe they might again. I don't know. But and now that they're on doing their own production has really improved.
Well,
if you're
I'm not talking about more.
Wait. If you're talking about the looks and the stage and lights, and that's all fluff. If you're talking about the fluff, that's not production. That's not the camera crew. That's not the feed. That's not the commentary. That's not the sound. That's all production. If you're talking about it doesn't have 20 million lights and screens going over, no, it doesn't. Why would you pay to haul all that overseas unless you're WWE? And Tony Khan will do it for the big O2, but everything else he does is stripped down. Daly's place is stripped down. So, I mean, let's be fair here. If you got money to burn, sure. If you got to hire a whole different production crew because you're not going to send one from Japan, you're not going to send your own production crew, that's money coming out of your pocket. I was fine
you
with
could also, but also you could borrow a couple of screens, man. I'm like, shit. Like I said,
that was never a thing.
Like I said, when I went to Windy City Riot to watch the New Japan show, and it was all New Japan. All it was like I said, it was like a throwback to 1985. It was a curtain and smoke machines and a couple lights. I'm like, where's my ooh and ah?
And short of intros and exits, how many times are you staring at that in a match while a match is happening?
Yeah, but still, it's all about showmanship, man.
The showmanship that never became a thing until Vince decided to put his Titantron. That was never a thing. Videos, unless you were in a massive arena and it had screens at the top because you can't see, like a big dome show.
Yeah.
That was never a thing until Raw did it. Then Vince Russo brought it to WCW. Then every little indie show like TNA, they all got to put the little cheap mini screen, which I don't. That's not impressive to me. When you've got what looks like 50 people on a screen, everybody walks out in front of it NXT style. That don't impress me. I don't need to have that. I want good. I want in the ring. I want to be able to hear the commentary. I don't want sound cutting out. I don't want my feed freezing. And that's what they provided in the last 3 or 4 years, and I'm good with that.
Hold on. Answer Anthony's question. I've never been to the Indiana Hoosier football and basketball games. I've never been. That's a little bit further south. I think that's about like maybe a good 2-3 hours away from me.
Now,
He's more
Mike.
closer to my stadium, which is in South Bend, Indiana.
Now, Mike. I will give you one thing on that topic. I did not like. I'm sure they did it to help the place look a little more full on the floor. The show you're talking about, I did not like the gap of the people not being close enough to those that entrance ramp. And you could have had a like this, but it was too.
They,
That was too much.
to me, they
It,
should have had it come in and then
yeah.
go back out like an
They,
hourglass shape. But
well,
I know why they did it. I know why they did it because of certain matches took advantage of that situation.
I don't think so. I think they adapted. The rest of said, "Oh, all that's open." That tag match. I think they said, "Oh, all that's open." Or we're gonna. If I would have been on the product, or well, they don't have everybody on site. I would have put a couple extra things there for them to use while those boys went out there, not just the ramp. I maybe had a table, some extra barricades just so they could hit each other with. That the New Japan style that you could pick up and throw. I had some, but that bothered me. The gap of how much the people were here and the entrance ramp was here, and everybody, and you had that.
Oh
That
yeah,
that
that
I didn't like the look.
yeah, that was the other thing too when I noticed with the Windy City Riot says how far away from the fans were from the rail. Like
Well,
you had the rail from the ring, then there's like, and I want to say they could have fit an extra 4 rows of people. I mean,
well,
sold more ringside
yeah.
tickets.
You could have, but they probably could not. But you see, this is I'm gonna not gonna blame. I'm gonna say this comes to the fault of whoever is traveling to set these New Japan shows up in each building. Because when I saw Mercedes in California when Punk was in the crowd, the fans were right there on the intro, and when she went put it through, they were right the fuck there. Also, there's a chance. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but there's a chance. I don't know if y'all ever saw it. Y'all heard about the show where Jim Ross was calling and they had them damn near in the crowd at Juice and
Hmm.
Jay were fighting so hard that the barricades were hitting people and broke JR's rib. That might be a purposeful thing to do that. Now I'm not sure. But like I said, that show at Mercedes and when she was the champ and Okada was the champ in California, they were right there in the people in the aisleway. I mean, she right off the
Um,
stage with that table, right by the people. They went through that
I'll
table.
find out for you, Anthony.
Well, also he also asked about the Pacers. I actually been to the Pacers stadium.
Uh,
I've been there, but that was a while back, and I saw a Pacers bowl game. It was like the
Monica
retirement of Reggie Miller, I think it was.
Monica Phil is doing his gimmick. He is Sleepy Phil.
Duke City Wrestling is in New Mexico. It's an NWA affiliate. Um,
That don't
yeah,
mean much to him.
that's where Duke City is.
Nice
Yeah.
shirt, by the way, Josh.
Oh,
I've
gotta
been
see it.
watching. I've been watching the classic WCW YouTube channel,
Woo!
which is free, and I've been watching nothing but the old World Championship Wrestling
Yeah,
NWA show with AWA, like 1986, and Flair is all over it.
yeah,
They had a 2 hour one where they had a couple title matches this
mhm,
morning. I was enjoying myself. Young Rick Rude, freaking.
yeah.
Uh,
It's
I mean,
one of
the
my
rock.
favorite shirts. Right, one of my favorite shirts right here is the Ric Flair with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yep. You had Flair with the Horseman. You could tell that Ole had just been put out. Barry Windham was not in yet because he was actually kind of talking shit about Barry. You could tell Magnum TA had just got in the wreck because Barry was
He
like,
was
"We're thinking about you," and then on the other side, Nikita Koloff had just been turned face against his own group, which is what Dusty did because he's like, "Well, now I don't have Magnum. I got to make who's reliable," and that's why he turned Nikita Koloff face. And Dusty
Yeah,
was tag team with the Road Warriors. They were the 3-man champs. So Dusty hadn't got the spike to the eye yet.
Was this
yeah,
before Rick Rude had the NWA World Heavyweight Championship?
I would think yes, because Rick's in the purple tights. He's with the man. The manager looked Mexican, and he was with the guy. I can't remember the guy's name. He was a tag team, and they were wrestling. They were not even going for the belts because the Rock and Roll. Let me think. Yeah, Rock and Roll was the champs. Oh, they fought. They fought. They took on Corny's boys. Corny had just fallen from the scalpel. He was out, and Baby Doll with Big Bubba was actually managing them because Cornette was out because he had just taken the fall off the scaffolding and fucked up his leg. So yeah, this was Cornette had just got injured from the scalpel. Magnum TA had just got in the wreck. They thought Barry was all like, "We know you're gonna come back stronger than ever." They didn't even know he was done for good. Dusty had not got the spike to the eye yet with the Road Warriors. They were still facing as a team, and Ole had quit, but Barry had not joined the Horsemen yet. So that's how that gives you the time period of where we were in NWA World Championship Wrestling at the time.
I don't think he had NWA or WCCW near him. I think he had Midwest.
Who, me?
Or, yeah.
NWA would come through, but in the territory days, it was mid South. You thinking
Mid
of?
South, not mid. Yeah.
Yeah, I had WCCW. I had no way to see them. That was Texas, and I'm the last exit out away from New Orleans. I'm the last little country town before you go west, and it all goes to the Baton Rouge side, TV wise. So like, I get all the Saints games free on regular TV. Anybody on the west of me, everything turns to Baton Rouge. They don't get the Saints and all that.
Cowgirls.
Well, not that either. Not they just don't. That we considered like even though we're not a suburb of New Orleans, we're that last parish that it goes to New Orleans more than Baton Rouge. Then once the next area for me, everything goes towards Baton Rouge style stuff. So more western.
Yeah,
Now me, I got like I know I got some of the because they brought up north some of the programs like different channels had different wrestling programs like so we I would get some of Mid South. I definitely got so I got to see some WCCW and I got to see some NWA some programming, but the majority of everything like 80s was like it was all leading to WWF was the primary.
Yeah, New York.
So
Down here, the big wrestling shows would actually happen in the Superdome down here in the 80s. Like Junkyard Dog and the place going nuts. Cornette talks about all the time, but NWA would come through, but Mid South was our big one down here. But you did have NWA. Cornette, I mean, at one point Ted DiBiase was living in Baton Rouge. So many people came through here. Flair, I mean, Arn, they all came through here. That at the time, the Superdome was like the modern big stadium, like the Astrodome in Houston. That was, today it's outdated.
Yeah, believe it or not, Anthony, back in the day, we got a lot of Mid South too because NWA we got them coming through, but ours was Mid South. Whenever Randy Savage was there, whenever Junkyard Dog was there, whenever a lot of other people were there, because of that fact. I got to see a lot of wrestling at the Mobile Civic Center. And that was because of the fact that Mid-South was Mississippi, the Panhandle of Florida, Mobile, and Louisiana.
And one up.
Tennessee.
No, not that high. Not that high. Right above us. Right above me.
Arkansas?
Yeah. A little bit of that. The
Yeah,
bottom line. Yeah. But he's right. Mid-South did cover Mississippi and Alabama as well as Louisiana. Texas was WCCW, and Florida had Florida Championship Wrestling, and plus you had Crockett right above in Georgia.
What was that, Josh?
Ain't Florida AWA too?
No, it wasn't. Florida was Dusty's early days, and Kevin Sullivan, and Florida Championship Wrestling was cool.
Yeah,
Florida was. I wish I would have been able to see that back when I was a kid. More than WCCW, Florida had good shit. Like WWF had their eye on them too. They had good shit.
AWA was here too. I forgot about that. AWA was in Alabama.
Well, AWA was a direct, just like before World Championship Wrestling was a company. That was the TV show. 86. That was AWA. And was partners with NWA. NWA was still the big, the governing body. But excuse me, Vern Gagne's AWA was direct partner.
I'm
Direct
only
partner.
45, man. I didn't get around that much. The old Coliseum, I could say the stuff with TNA was at the fairgrounds, so I didn't go to the old Coliseum. I know where it was at, and Jeff Jarrett talked about it a lot. His dad talked about it a lot, and Ricky Steamboat talked about it a lot because all three of them wrestled there. I didn't know about the old Coliseum. I've heard stories. I've seen stories. I mean, people talk about the stories from the old Coliseum days in Tennessee, right there in Nashville. And to me, I wished I was alive back then to go see some of that stuff. I mean, I was alive, but I mean, I never got to see it personally.
Oh,
Yeah, well, where you gotta realize that, like, well, I'm just a couple ass hairs older than Jordan and Mike there, and
gotcha.
I caught like the tail end of the territory days. Then you get into the '90s, which was you get into the
Right.
WCW and WWF time, and by that time,
That
all the
was right.
territories died.
You still had a couple companies, but the stronghold of territory and territories owning their own was gone. So that was
Yeah,
the end of that was the wrap up of the territory days. But
yeah,
Anthony had asked me one more thing. He asked what dominated television for me. Over all of them was WCW, and that '88 was the real company, World Championship Wrestling. So in the early '90s, every Saturday morning, I watched Worldwide. That was an hour TV in the not mid, but what 93, 94 that started and
yeah.
lasted till about the beginning of Nitro. But I watched that every morning, and I didn't have cable. My grandma who lived next door did, and I could come watch the pre-shows of the kind of like what Tony Khan tries to do with the buy-ins, and they cut in. He took that from WCW because you would watch an hour or whatever, and WWF would do it with Heat eventually, but you could put on Clash of the Champions and watch part of it, couple matches, and then it would be like they keep telling you buy the pay per view, but that would come on regular TV, and then you would switch over. So,
Do
but yeah,
you?
World Championship Wrestling, the company Turner's company
The
dominated my
superstation.
television, and
Yeah,
when Worldwide stopped, they immediately but they were like, we want wrestling on Saturday mornings because bringing in money. My I just would have said, what the fuck? All of a sudden, I had a very poor production of Mid South replacing
Well,
it.
well, this is what happened here in Alabama or in Mobile. I didn't have cable growing up. I had to go to my cousin's house or my friend's house to watch cable because my parents were like, "Fuck that, we're not paying that shit." You
Same,
know,
same here, same here. I had to.
I'm
I
being
don't want to
honest.
cut you. I don't want to cut Mike off, but for the younger people watching, we had the big antenna on a metal pole outside,
Right
and
there in front of the house.
I had a crescent wrench attached to it that stayed on, and I would have to go outside when I was a kid, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it was all right. We want to watch a channel from New Orleans, or we want to watch Baton Rouge, and I would go and turn and do pop, 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 pop. We got it, we got it. That's how we. And I had as a kid, I had the regular channels 2, 4, 6, 8. I could magically catch 12, which was one of those public paid for channels, and I had 26 and 38. Two new. That was all only TV I had. That was
Well, I
it.
had ours was 3, 5, 10, 15,
for
42, and 44. So
well
UPN
for
was UPN to us was channel 44, and channel 44 in the on Sunday mornings we got WWF.
UPN, Jesus.
WJ, it was called WJTC Channel 44. That is how I got to watch Superstars of Wrestling. I was a WWF fan growing up because I didn't get World Championship Wrestling like Jordan did because it wasn't aired here because that was already WWF was already flooding the market down on the Gulf Coast minus Louisiana. Louisiana, Texas, and all them still got WCW.
And probably because the cost was cheaper to get WCW for the network. It was the New Orleans channel that would get it, and it would come on right after the cartoons, about 11 o'clock every morning, and then after that 12 o'clock, Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Now, man,
See, for me, now for me, the channels that I had, let me see, was 2, 5, 7, 9, 11, 32, channel besides the Spanish, there was like 2 Spanish channels,
Oh,
and there's channel 50 and there's channel 66. So that's what I had when I was a kid, and the only ones that
see, basic TV up north was better than our shit,
that
Jordan.
was basic TV.
Yeah, but he's gonna have better TV. He lives closer to a bigger city. He's gonna
Yeah,
have the better. He's gonna have the more. He had a Spanish option. We didn't have that. You had
Fuck no.
UPN. I didn't know what UPN was until WWE put a show on UPN in like '99. I didn't know there was a UPN. I
so
didn't know that.
UPN, I'm like, shit, that's not even around anymore.
Yeah, but we didn't even have that. I didn't even, I say we had 2 and 9. If I went turn the antenna, I got the news stations for 2 and 9, which was bad, but we didn't do that. New Orleans, I got 4, 6, 8, 12, and then you had to flip the UVF switch, and I get 26 and 30 and 38 were the 2 New Orleans. One was Fox 38 and
Yeah.
ABC was 26.
That's right. You had to have that little knob to go to VHS.
Yeah, you had to turn that thing.
Dude.
When you went above channel 13, you had to turn the other knob to go into the other 2
Yeah.
digits.
Or that shit
Basically.
back of the TV. The switch in the back of the TV is where I had it, dude. Because I got 3, 5, and 10. That was our regular channels down here. Because ABC was 3, Channel 5 was CBS, and Channel 10 was NBC. We didn't even have Fox back in the day. Fox had come out in the 90s. So 15 was just a regular.
Yeah. No, Fox didn't come out until the late 80s. It was the late. Well, for Chicago, it was the late 80s.
He's right, but that was
UPN didn't come out to the 90s because that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's where Star Trek: The Next Generation was on.
No, that was on 15. That was on Fox for me.
If I'm not mistaken, or were they? No, yeah, it was Star Trek: The Next Generation was debuting. Kung Fu: The Legend Continues.
Yeah.
And The Simpsons.
What was not Sliders? Yeah, Sliders. Yeah, Sliders was on there.
Yeah.
Alien Nation.
And what was a Slipstream? Or where the cop from the future had to go to the past and catch criminals from the future and send them back, or some shit. I think it's called Slipstream or something like that.
See, you're talking about more before the Fox network. We had
No,
Fox
that was
TV.
UPN. That was not Fox. That was UPN.
All right, but we had
was different. Your UPN was different. See, our UPN didn't became UPN until the late 90s.
Yeah,
Our channel 44 was called WJTC channel 44. That's how I got to watch WWF Superstars.
Yeah,
I didn't get WCW.
and my Fox channel was not like the cable. This goes before the cable channel. This was the Louisiana partner to the Fox 8 News soap opera type channel. So we had that before the late 80s when the Fox. This was like they would buy movies, bleep them, show you regular programming. They would buy older shit. That's what our Fox was. It wasn't like the channel that came out Married with Children and all that in the late 80s. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
So this is like a local Fox.
Yeah, I remember when the channel 32, because before it became Fox, it was it was called WCCW channel 32. Then Fox came in and bought the rights, and that's where Married with Children and whatever god awful shows. Beans Baxter. Anybody remember that show?
No.
Oh my God! That was an early Fox program right there. But
I watched the history of that, but I did not have that early Fox channel. We didn't have that.
But
Married with Children was on channel 8 at night, once a week.
But UPN for me was it was a station. It was channel 50, and before UPN took it over, they used to have like Kung Fu Sundays and all that stuff. And right before that, it was wrestling.
So I'm sharing this thing right here. This is how I got to watch. This is the Wikipedia of WJTC channel 44, Pensacola in Florida. It was digital 35 UHF, virtual 44. So it was 35 on UHF. This is how old this shit is. And it was it was an independent television station from Pensacola, Florida, and it was like competing with three different companies to have it. You had Channel 3, which is ABC. You had WPMI, which was Fox, and then it shared on all kinds of shit. And you got My Network on it, and then you had it came out on December 24th on 1984, and it was a Clear Channel Communications. It was a CBS Corporation and WB. Dude, it was all kind of, the CW was part of it. It was a hunk of shit. It was like hey, boom,
Well, like I said, for me, it was like I said, our basic channel. Let me see. Channel 2 has always been CBS. Channel 5 was NBC. Channel 7 was ABC. Channel 9 was WGN. Channel 11 was public access, like Sesame Street and all that shit. Then it jumped over. Channel 20 was like another public access, or like history, like public access history or some shit like that.
That was probably
that was our channel 6.
The other one I had.
Then then it goes to channel 32, was WCCW, which and later on, like late 90s became late 80s became Fox.
Yeah.
Then we had channel 50. Then later it came UPN for like during the 90s. And then after that, it just kind of went bye-bye.
So this right here, man, and it went to UPN. It went to UPN like from 2001. No, hold on. WJTC was passed over for both the CW affiliation.
Yeah, I was going to tell you.
55, and then it went to My Network TV.
Yeah.
And then both were former WB affiliates. And then from 95 to 2001, it became UPN.
And I remember when UPN turned into the CW.
Mm-hmm.
But that was in like the 2000s or whatever.
Yeah, it was 95 here. And UPN didn't have shit, but it had that show with Brandy and Monica, whatever that show was called.
Yeah, and like I said, UPN. I remember when UPN debuted. It was Star Trek: The Next Generation.
No, dude.
Yeah,
that was Fox.
No, it was not. Was not up here. It was not on Fox. It was on UPN.
You got to realize up there they might have had the rights might have been sold because of distribution and availability. It could have been on UPN for him because remember I didn't have a such thing as UPN was a brand new station in 1999 down here. It was all brand new thing.
Yeah, so for me, it was Star Trek: Next Generation on there. It was Kung Fu: The Legend Continues, and it was like that.
For me.
Yeah. Then Sliders, then and like I said, I wish I knew the name of that damn show with the cop from the future goes to the past to hunt criminals.
Was Highlander Fox?
No, dude, that was CBS.
No.
I didn't get to watch this. I didn't know what that was, but yeah.
Renegade was WJTC. Shitty ass show.
Ooh, Renegade.
Something.
Renegade was on UPN.
Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah, Renegade was on UPN for me.
Yeah, same here. WJTC. Shitty.
I swear I saw Highlander on Fox just for me. I swear because we didn't have a CB. We only had CBS, a regular TV channel. We didn't have any other kind of Columbia like besides the basic one on basic TV. I had nothing, no other link to CBS to those studios.
ABC or
what channel showed the Highlander series?
Yeah.
Now ABC, I had a New Orleans affiliate
in the U.S. It was shown on local stations. You can now stream it on Peacock, Pluto TV, Tubi, the Roku channel, or Amazon Prime Video.
That's not what I asked.
Yeah,
but
if I remember right, the Highlander series for me came on. It was on UPN. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on UPN here too.
Yeah, I didn't have a UPN, you know, so
No,
someone else. I remember it was available, but on another network. The only two major channels I had that would show stuff like that, not prime time, was
Airwolf was on
we had a.
CBS too.
See, I didn't have
uh,
another CBS. I only had a New Orleans ABC channel, WGNO, and I had the Fox one, which was I can't even. I'm trying to remember the letters, but I can't. But that was it. Those were the two that showed movies or would buy shit, but that was it. Everything else I had was basic like news, game show, Saturday morning cartoon channels.
no,
So
for
this right here,
Monica asked about Svengoolie. I don't know if you guys got Svengoolie down there
I heard
oh,
that
I
was
do now.
in the
a magician.
eighties. In the eighties, and originally it was on channel 32. Then Fox bought them out. Fox came in, bought them out, and they didn't show Svengoolie for a long time. And it wasn't until they My TV came in, and
Me
he went
TV.
into My TV.
Me,
So
no, it's on Me TV.
Me TV.
The only Spenguli I've ever heard of in my life was a magician. Never knew that was a TV network or nothing like that.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
he hosts like shitty horror movies.
very
Oh,
shitty horror movies. And there was
Made it fun.
yeah, they're funny as hell because he has
oh
people
boy,
there.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get y'all here. We had Morgus the Magnificent. Y'all don't know about Morgus, huh?
No.
And he went for a few years. Genghis knows about it. He actually went up to Detroit for a couple years, but he would do these. This is like a NOLA tradition, and he was around for He just died a few years back, but he was a mad doctor, and he'd come on, and it was all comedy. It was great, and he would always try to do these experiments, and they would always fail. And he had Chopsley, who had Chopsley was this big tall dude who had like a hoodie on with one hole in the mask, and he didn't talk. And you had Eric the talking skeleton. He was like a mad doctor, and he would do all these skits until you come back. I'm gonna have it working, and then the horror movies would play, and he would do like he was like
Same thing with
Elvira.
Svengoolie. Yes, that's Svengoolie is about the same thing.
But Morg is so legendary that people
Now
still go back
here's a
and
question for you guys. Did you guys have Bozo?
have what?
Bozo the Clown.
Bozo the
Yeah,
Clown, man.
I was very. It was either on
Now,
4, 6, or 8. I
now
think it
here
was on
here
Fox.
now here's the main question. Did you which one did you have? Because I had the Chicago Bozo.
I think that was the one we got.
Hold on.
I think
We'll
so.
see. Bozo the Clown in Alabama.
Yeah, because I didn't know this. Because I grew up with the one that was broadcasted around Chicago,
That's what I
and
understood. I was watching
I didn't know this, that different
actor.
sections of the America had different bozos. I didn't know
Yeah,
this.
Yes, there was. Yeah. Shit.
Now, I actually found this out because I actually met the last surviving bozo.
there it is. He just said in New Orleans, Highlander was on 38. That was Fox for us. WNOL. I was right.
Was it Fox? I guess
For us, it was.
it did. I guess it did show up on Fox.
I told you because they couldn't get you going to buy it. Just like Mike was wondering how you had that show on another network. It depends on your area and what you can get. They're going to buy reruns. Fox had Highland. I remember, like around the Kung Fu Legend Continues era, they would advertise Highlander, and I was like, I don't
Do you know
really
who
think I
owns the
was.
rights to Bozo the Clown right now? He's a wrestler.
Really?
Yeah,
Not
no, it's
volunteer.
the guy from Scream,
Oh, David Arquette.
David
Yeah.
Arquette. Yeah, he owns the rights to Bozo.
Yes.
I was very young. What was the game at the end of the Bozo the Clown show? What was the game?
They had
Grand
to, like,
prize game.
you had to throw the little balls in the bucket.
Yeah,
I thought
grand prize
so.
game.
I was young, like 3, 4, 5 years old. I used to be like, "Ooh, that looks fun." I thought it was to do with
Look
balls.
easy as shit. looks so fucking easy.
Yeah,
I
but
remember people missing.
Yeah, I know, because they're fucking idiots.
fun fact, my buddy, he was on the Bozo show in Chicago,
Did he
and you know
win?
how they select the kids, they pull a random number and everything. Well, he was with him and his friend went, and for some odd reason, he wanted to switch chairs. His buddy wanted to switch chairs for him, and they did this. It's like, okay, I'll sit over here, you sit over here. Then the next thing you know, they call his buddy's chair's number, and he got to go on to the grand prize game. I was like, yeah, I was like, you. He's like, you son of a bitch, how's my chair?
Yeah, Anthony, both of those shows are on I guarantee you, on my local Fox 38. Both of them.
Bozo Super Show aired until August 26, 2001.
Not for me. It was
Yeah.
done by when I was 5 years old, maybe 6. It was over.
Yeah, it was. Well, by the time by the early 2000s, it was not, because it was always on Monday through Friday, always right before school for me.
We didn't.
Then
we got it
then- but-
Saturday mornings, early as shit.
Yeah, but like to like the early 2000s, it switched to Saturdays, and then after that it just went away. The last episode was with Billy Corgan.
Like the last time I saw a show might have been 1990, and it would only come on Saturdays, and it was at a early as balls time.
Yeah, right before you go to school. Right before you go to school.
No, it didn't play on the weekdays for me. It was a Saturday morning at 10 to 1. I was probably watching the other channel, missing it because they had one channel that would have all the good cartoons in a row.
Yeah, it was like always for me. It was a Bozo show. Was always right before I went to school, and they had like a 5-minute short of Transformers and GI Joe every once in a while.
I didn't have Transformers.
I know this isn't wrestling related either, but did you have a cartoon show called The Plastic Man up there?
Plastic Man.
It was a 30-minute
Yeah.
show. It was a 30-minute show, and he did his own cartoons, and it was all DC related.
Yeah,
And he had
I
Plastic
remember that. It's like they had an actor that actually played Plastic Man, and it's like here, let me go reach for this, and you just see.
Yeah,
I remember that.
that shit was so fucking crazy. That was like my favorite cartoon growing up, and then I found G.I. Joe, and I was like, this is the best thing ever.
That was
Okay.
every morning before school. GI Joe for me.
Dude, there
right.
was 3 cartoons that came on before I went to school. It was He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers.
There you go.
Transformers and GI Joe replays I got before school. He-Man and Thundercats were pulled off the air so quick down here. I didn't even get into them.
Okay, Anthony asked, what channel did you guys have with Xena, Princess Warrior, and Hercules?
It was
That
Fox for
came
me.
on WGN for me.
And
that
see,
came
you're
on, that
you're
came on
Chicago.
Channel 44. That came on UPN.
And mine was Fox because they would be back to back. It was same channel as Kung Fu Legend Continues. That was Fox 38.
Yeah.
Because New Orleans would buy the rights to all of that.
And what channel did I get Miami Vice on? Channel 5.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was Miami Vice.
I was a little guy. I was a little guy.
That was primetime television, like
Yeah.
4, 6, 8 at night. That was
on
like
Sundays. On Sundays.
that was like eventually like a weekday show, like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm. On
When
Sundays.
it
for
was
me-
popular. When it was popular.
Now, for me, for cartoons, it was always He-Man, Thundercats, GI Joe, and Transformers. That was my main 4. Then Brave Star, Silverhawks.
Silverhawks is my shit.
And I'm a little younger, so every 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Fox.
Fucking right.
Yeah,
Dude,
That was when they came out. There was nothing that could touch. Everything was Transformers and GI Joe were passe, and I would watch reruns. But the Turtles, by 1988, the Turtles were ruling cartoons.
yeah, but Josh, I have a question, man. This right here is a really good question.
okay.
During all these cartoons that was going on, right? All of them. there was one cartoon that came on every single day after you got out of school. It was called the Disney Afternoon. Do you remember that?
That was in the 90s.
Yeah.
I remember it, but it was not my favorite. That was around the time Goof Troop and Tailspin and all of that was on.
Well, Goof Troop never came out.
Disney afternoon. Well, mostly
Darkwing Duck.
Disney. I didn't see much Disney stuff because that was all on the Disney Channel, and that was
was
on cable.
It
So
wasn't.
I got like if you're talking about 90s stuff, that I mostly got all the WB stuff like Tiny Toons,
Great shit.
All on Fox.
Tiny Toons. What's the other fucking group?
Around
Yakko,
the time
Wacko, and Dot.
Oh, the
Animaniac.
There you go. Yeah, Animaniacs, Freakazoid.
Batman, the original animated series, was all
No,
that was all Fox for me.
And X-Men.
Yeah,
That
we
was
had
all
Saturday mornings. They would call it the Action Saturday mornings on Fox for non-cable people, and we got X-Men and Batman. The animated. Well, Batman would be on the afternoons, like after
there was
after
four.
Turtles. We like after Turtles at 4 o'clock. Like, but after that era, Batman would be the afternoon show. Like 4
in the
o'clock.
mornings on Saturdays in the mornings, I had 4 shows that I had to legitimately watch no matter what. One of them was the Smurfs. I love me some fucking Smurfs.
That was Saturday morning for me till they took them off.
That was Saturday.
Yeah, and then it went from that. I had to watch Alf because I was a big fan of Alf. And
that was lit primetime television at night for me on Fox.
The cartoon, though. The cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon.
Yeah, there is a cartoon. Yeah, there was a cartoon. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. And then after that went away, then there was 4 other shows. It was Turtles, Spider-Man, Batman, and X-Men.
And in that era, it was the new Turtles cartoons on the other channel, not on Fox. They were made by a different company.
And that didn't come until later. That didn't come until like the mid-90s.
That was around the time of Batman and Spider-Man in the mid-90s. By 92, they were making those new Turtles on, I don't know if it was an ABC or CBS. It wasn't Fox. But they would be an hour long.
Yeah.
Instead of 30 minutes. The Fox originals that were 30 minutes long from like 87 to 91 or whatever, how many series it went. That was all on Fox at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I had enough time after school to get home and watch them. That was a religion right there. Look at Josh. He's got two screens up.
I'm back. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
See, Darkwing Duck, Scrooge McDuck, dude, that shit was awesome.
DuckTales was massive. That was my 4 o'clock before the Turtles. Before that came out, my dad grew up in the. My dad was born in 39, so all through the 50s, he would drop his 10, 20 cents and buy all of the Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge was his favorite, but Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Donald Duck. So the minute I was old enough, and the TV show came out, they videotaped. They bought a VCR just to tape that shit.
Dude, Rocko's Modern Life. I just recently started watching that. That show was fucking pornographic as fuck.
It was all the jokes were, but in that era of Nickelodeon, it was very adult aim. Like if you were too young, you didn't. Ren and Snippy was like that, but
yeah,
it was very adult aimed. If you caught the what you call it,
so was Doug. If you don't realize it, the name.
People say that, but I don't. I find Doug was a good. I like when I found Doug. I liked Doug a lot.
Dude, all right. His teacher was Mr. Bones. All right. Skeeter was his best friend. Patty fucking Mayonnaise.
I never put all that together. I just
a lot of people didn't put that together until later.
I don't know if they. I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was a good show.
Like I was always surprised how Ren and Stimpy got on the air. How that got on the air.
I had to fight with my mom to watch that show because it was so crazy and disgusting and out there. That's why when we finally got cable, I was like Ren and Stimpy at the time. You know, that was Nickelodeon had the gross out humor at the time. That Double Dare started.
Man,
Yeah,
Double Dare.
I remember Double Dare, but like I
The
said,
original Double Dare.
Ren and Stimpy was always a shock as like because I want to say Ren and Stimpy to come out like to like mid '90s,
Early
Yeah.
90s. Let's say 92, 93.
early '90s, and I was already in high school about that time, and I'm looking at this as like it's hilarious as hell, but it was like, but this I'm like this is on a kids network. Why are they showing this shit?
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
another show that didn't last long on Fox. It had the same animation as Ren and Stimpy. It wasn't called Ren and Stimpy. It was called something else, and it lasted for like 6 weeks. And they pulled the plug on it. Do you remember that? You remember that shit, Jordan?
Well, you gotta. I don't. That look like Ren and Stimpy on Fox.
The,
Oh, the only one. Well, no, that wouldn't be the same because Eat the Cat lasted a lot of series. Best metal theme song in a cartoon ever. Fuck X-Men. Eat the Cat goes hard. The original theme song to Eat the Cat goes fucking hard.
No. I tell you, I could tell you, Tomcats.
I'm sorry. Eat the Cat's original theme song is so straight metal, it fucks them all over.
No, man. What about SWAT?
SWAT Cats. There you go. That's the one I was like. SWAT Cats.
Eat the Cat's theme was straight a metal band, straight playing like power metal, like early power metal speed. It was great. It was like you could tell the era. There was nothing happy about. It was awesome.
Actually, tell you the truth, another good one. It's like it's gonna sound stupid, but it actually good. A good metal theme song was Power Rangers.
I didn't like it. I hated the synth sound to it.
My cousin, he's like a guitarist, and he swears go back and listen to this. It got some badass solos in it.
People love that, and they love X-Men the animated series with all its. They think those are the most rocking. To me, I could tell there's not guitar there. I can just tell.
I hated Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I could not stand that show.
Go Power Rangers! I watched the first series,
the first season, because they took all fucking X-Men to put that shit on.
I think they didn't take. I remember what happened. They didn't take X-Men off. X-Men got delayed. They did the series pilot, the 2 episodes, and it got delayed like a motherfucker till we got like the next show and the next season. Then we had to wait a whole year for the next. It fell so far behind. That's what happened. But X-Men got taken off because there was nothing to show. They could only show the 2-hour series intro for so long, and we were all like, "Where the fuck is X-Men? It's awesome! What a show! It's great!" You know, but
we got Go Power Ranger bullshit. Fucking.
Well, I watched the whole saga of the original 5, the Green Ranger, all of that shit, and then I watched how the White Ranger. After that, I was done.
I didn't like any of that. Then they had, what is it? Go Power Ranger GT, Power Rangers GT, Power Rangers this, Power Rangers that.
Yeah, that's when it started getting stupid. So the only reason why I watched it is because of my little brother. He loved that Power Rangers.
In Japan, the Power Rangers we got as the original was like their 4th, 5th, 6th series of changing So they started doing that shit, changing what they are, and it was like, bro, I'm not keeping up with all. I'm not doing this. But the only thing I remember watching, because I was like, this is big, and everybody at school was a little younger than me. They were all carrying on about it. I watched the whole original 5, like Jason and all them, the Green Ranger with Tommy.
Yeah.
And then after that, I can't tell you. After that, I don't know what I would have moved on to it. Let me think. Turtles was over. X-Men, just couldn't until they finally we got more series of X-Men. Batman, the animated series was great. Fucking terrific.
That was fucking awesome.
It was.
But does
great.
Anybody remember the Mario Brothers Power Hour?
Oh, it was my father.
Captain Lou Albano.
Yeah.
He just put on a marathon of that last night and sent me the video, and I said, wait for Zelda, which was every Friday. I said, take a drink every time he says, "Excuse me, princess."
Excuse me, princess.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, that was 80s,
Y'all remember Captain Nemo?
not a cartoon.
Y'all remember the cartoon where Captain Nemo was in the
First,
NES?
first, the second
No.
movie, the second VHS movie tape we ever owned, and the first full length movie I ever saw with real human beings, and it's still one of my favorite movies of all time. Is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the original.
Oh, he asked you a
Remember
question.
Jason the Wheel Warriors?
Oh yeah. So Jordan, Anthony asked you a question. I thought around that time too. Didn't Disney do a lot of adult animation that they licensed out to Fox and ABC?
If we're gonna talk, well, I don't know if you mean Disney as much as Warner Brothers, because Animaniacs had jokes under the radar too. Was
Oh
very adult.
shit! Yeah, you ain't lying.
And that show that came, I never got into it. It was like a dude with an exclamation mark, but that had a lot of adult innuendo. And it was after the one that came after Animaniacs. It was like a dude with like a white haired stripe with an exclamation mark. I don't even
Freakazoid.
know that.
Freakazoid.
that those
Because of
shows.
that show, because of that show, I always remember one phrase in French: "Le accompli le fromage." Who cut the cheese?
Jeez.
Just because of that show, for some reason, because that stupid phrase stuck in my head for 40, 30 years, man.
Dude,
Over
that was back,
40 years. It'd be
that was
about
back
40
in
years old now.
that was back in the WB days. God almighty.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know who in the '90s for the Warner Brothers was cutting up behind the scenes between them and Nickelodeon. It's like they were trying to fit in as much adult innuendo as they could under the. Today, none of that would fly.
Dude, I remember Tiny Toons having They Might Be Giants as like a lot of their shit.
Yeah, my mom had an issue, and I think she didn't like that Joan Rivers was the female rabbit. But for some reason, I wasn't allowed to watch Tiny Toons when it first came out.
Oh man.
But for me, no, for me, Animaniacs, that was the worst ones. That was the worst ones.
I couldn't get
Like
into it.
hello, nurse.
You were old enough. You Josh was old enough to get the innuendos. When that came on,
Yeah.
I was like, "Where's X-Men? Where's Bat?" I didn't care about them, but I was too
I never
young.
liked Football Head. I never liked that cartoon. I didn't like it at all.
I don't know what that is.
Hey Arnold.
Oh, that was after my time. That was the ones younger than me, like from Rugrats on. That's all after my time. Like
See, my
I
little
knew of them
sister
because the
watched
kids would watch
Rugrats.
them. But Doug would be the last. Ren and Snippy and Doug would be the end of my Nickelodeon run for cartoons because then the younger kids will. But that was the end of it for me. Then, but I love and you can't find replays of them. What would you do in Wild and Crazy Kids? They lost. There's no footage of that online.
Dude, oh dude, that what would you do shit? And that had like the panel of who's that try to be like Saturday Night Live. What was
No,
that?
no, you're thinking you're on a you. I know the show you're thinking of. That's not it. What would you do is Mark Summers in the crowd, and you would take challenge. You would either go to the pod or do challenges, and they pick kids out of the
Oh
crowd.
yeah. But yeah, be
The one you're thinking of is almost like a. You're thinking of not who's my. I know the one you're thinking of. I can't think of their name. It's an early Nickelodeon show.
oh my god, dude, it was so bad. One of the things it was like some kid like invented bifocals or whatever, and then one of them had like this girl was like her talent was she could open her mouth and her dog would lick water out of her mouth.
Josh should know this because it's his era, but it was one of the first real people Nickelodeon
It
shows
was
with
fucking
kids.
terrible. It was
Like
like
around the time of Double Dare.
shitty
It was around the time of the original Double Dare before Family Double in the
and they give
80s.
shitty prizes.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. It's you can't do that on television.
No,
That's
you can't
it.
do no, you can't do that on
Yeah.
television. Happened in the 80s.
Yeah, that was like that was 80s right there. But
Yeah.
but that's where all the slime craze started. That
Right.
show. It's like the way you got slimed is like you just say I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, what's the name?
Or
of that
the cook was like a diseased cook in the background, and
show?
he was like serving rat burgers to everybody.
Yeah.
There was a couple of shows on Nickelodeon two shows I never got into. I thought Hey Dude was boring as fuck.
Oh, that show sucked.
I thought that I was like, I don't know if they're trying to be so what they think they are, but there's nothing here. I was like, this show is empty and the other one was it was around that time. It was
Danger
with
Mouse. Remember
um
Danger Mouse?
Figure it out.
should salute your shorts. That did nothing for me either.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah,
All right. So the show was called Figure It Out.
that's it.
Nickelodeon- Oh
That's
God.
it.
Oh God. It was hosted by Summer Sanders and was later revived in 2012 with Jeff. Oh God, it was so fucking terrible. And yeah, dude, that was like the shittiest show ever.
Oh
Because-
wait, that's the one with Summers and then what you call for Playboy with Jenny McCarthy. And then Carmen Electra, right? Is that single? That was singled out. My bad.
Yeah, you're thinking of something totally different, dude.
I'm on MTV. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're going back to like remote control.
I love Remote Control, by the way. That was one of the greatest.
Oh, that
television-
was earlier than the ones I'm thinking of. Single, because we used to watch when we were old enough for that time, like '95 or whatever. It was singled out because you had Jenny McCarthy and she was replaced by Carmen Electra. They were both on that show.
So this right here, like this right here, it even tells you what they would win. The contestant would win a prize after each round that their talent remains unguessed. The prize for winning the third round is a trip. In season 1, prizes consisted mainly of leftover props from then defunct Nickelodeon shows such as Double Dare, Legends of the Hidden Temple, and Global Guts.
Oh man, I missed the Legends of the Hidden Temple, the final, and who didn't want to run through that? I mean, it was taken from
Awesome.
yeah, that was awesome. But do y'all remember it was not on a cable? It was not a cable show. It was to compete with Double Dare. It was more gross. Y'all remember Funhouse from the 80s?
No. But
That-
merchandise prizes such as Nintendo 64 and gift cards from stores like Kids Foot Locker, Toys R Us, and Lowe's begin to appear as prizes during later seasons. If round 3 ends with like at least one word left unrevealed, each panelist takes one final guess as what the contestant's talent is. Any correct words are given to the final guess are revealed as during the game. The game ends when the panelist either guesses the secret talent or if no panelist guesses the secret talent correctly and after the last guess stage. And then, dude, that shit was so fucking terrible. God, it was so fucking
Damn, that's a lot of words right there you just said.
Yeah. Oh wow, Monica. Our Mr. Wizard would come on at 5 a.m. The old replays.
Oh,
of that.
Mr. Wizard.
5 a.m.
The ass fucking chemistry show that made you learn.
And Bonkers
5
and
a.m. in the
Gargoyles.
morning.
I remember
Dude.
Gargoyles. I actually like Gargoyles. That was a good show.
That was after my time. When he's on Gargoyles and Bonkers, I was done.
Yeah, I was done. I was so done with that shit. Man,
I like Gargoyles. Gargoyles was a really good show.
I'm not gonna call it a bad show. It just came after
Yeah, but
Batman.
you're a little older. You're already a little
After
older.
Batman the animated series and X-Men the cartoon, everything fit. Like nothing could keep. Spider-Man was good, but it wasn't as good. The Superman cartoon was not as good as
oh
Batman.
god, that shit came out in the 90s and it looked like it came out in the 50s. That show sucked.
What show?
The Superman show, that Superman cartoon.
Well,
the
it was
animation was so bad.
it was made to look like that, just like Gotham is gothic, but
Well,
had an edge. But
Actually, no, it was kind of reversed. It was Batman looked more like the 40s and 50s, where Superman looked more futuristic.
but
Yeah.
but the cartoon looked like it was made in the 50s.
Yeah.
It was so
it was the
fucking shitty.
style they were going for at the time. It was the same animators as Batman, but the Superman cartoon wasn't as good. It wasn't.
No. But then that's why they switched. Then
And
it became the
Spider-Man
Batman and
was-
Superman show.
Spider-Man was good, but it was not as good. Nowhere near the voice talent acting of X-Men.
But
Yeah.
does
No,
everybody remember Sonic though? Remember how they tried to put Sonic on TV?
There were two different Sonic cartoons.
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah, there were two.
Two.
The first one was good. The second one not so.
Yeah, the first one was for my age. The first one, that was a Saturday morning cartoon. No, before school cartoon. I remember the first Sonic.
With X-Men, I did meet Cal Dodd that did the voice of Wolverine.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
I got to
He
meet
did a
him,
great-
and he was a cool dude. And I actually got to talk to him a little bit. Is like how he developed that voice, that iconic, that what we consider how Wolverine should sound like. Get him and shred him, you know.
Yeah,
And you
it
see,
wasn't
that wasn't my
Netflix that
introduction
remade the
to the
Animaniacs.
cartoon.
It was Hulu Hulu remade the Animaniacs. Hulu
See,
remade the Animaniacs.
I
Not
never
Netflix.
Yep.
saw it on TV. I never saw it on TV, but I bought the tape. Did any of y'all ever watch the first before what we got on Fox and the cartoon? The real pilot to the X-Men cartoon that the arcade game was based off of with the
Yeah,
six of them?
Pride of the X-Men. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I got that.
I do too. That was I wanted more of that X-Men because it had not only did I love the game, but they had Colossus over there, Nightcrawler. I was like, yeah, that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Do
like,
y'all
fuck,
ever,
fuck
Yeah,
Dazzler. Fuck
I
Dazzler.
didn't like how they did Wolverine game like some kind of Australian
They
accent.
did. But Magneto was wicked as fuck in that thing. He
Oh
was.
yeah.
they
I
straight
want to
up,
make a GIF. I want to make a GIF because I had a couple people watching and laughed their ass off when he turns to Kitty Pryde. She's got the circuit, the cerebral circuit. He looks at her. He just goes, "Ah, the mutant power circuit." And he goes, "Give it to me, girl." I was like, I just want to copy that and send that to like 50 women. Give it to me, girl.
Give it to me,
I was
girl.
like, yeah, it's just it's what a great I want to make that a GIF.
I didn't know. I don't think they made any Mortal Kombat cartoons back in the day, but I thought they made a Street Fighter that never aired.
No, that no.
Double Dragon had a cartoon.
That's not true. They had Mortal Kombat, the animated series. It was really bad, and the
Yeah.
same thing with Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And they kind of based it off of the movie where Gaia was the hero instead of Ryu, and it was really bad too. It was really bad. It was really
You
bad.
know, I don't know the company or the brand, but they made their own cartoon block, and they had their own 3 or 4 shows, and one was Double Dragon, which wasn't bad. Uh, the King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, and then he had 2 more shows, and they weren't. Oh, Iron Man was one of theirs. The
Yep.
original Iron Man cartoon, which was good, which was really good.
Iron Man.
That was the second theme. That was the second. The first one didn't have words.
No, it just
The first one was but they had all the villains. They had
Doctor Doom.
Be like, I am.
the part after you would watch
Oh, that was
Iron
awful.
Man, you would get Fantastic Four the cartoon on that channel, and
Yeah.
that's where Doctor Doom was. But you
Mhm.
had the Mandarin and all his goons on the. All of that was made by the same. I don't know what channel that was on. It was all 4 of those shows were made by the same team.
Yeah.
I was like, I enjoyed that block. They were good cartoons.
Dude, we have been talking about cartoons and television shows for the past hour.
I know. We might have to do the news tomorrow. We might have to do the damn news because
Dude, we want all the news. There is no more news.
there is news. We haven't talked about the New Japan Cup. We haven't talked about the AEW new streaming deal.
Okay, let's go and get to talk about the streaming service because Jordan originally thought it was for America, and it's not.
Doesn't matter to me. That's still up. He's setting up to see if he can.
It launched today. It launched officially today. MyAEW.com. It's for international people that are fans of AEW. There's a $7.99, a $19.99, and a $120.99 or $119.99. I'm sorry. And the $119.99 is a yearly subscription, so you save $120 off the monthly subscription if you pay by the year. The $7.99 gives you live Dynamite and Collision. It gives you Ring of Honor Club, and it gives you a free Ring of Honor pay-per-view if there is one that month. And it gives you AEW podcasts. That's it. The $20 a month gives you everything I just said, and it gives you one AEW PPV a month if there is one, and then it gives you select pay-per-views in that whatever they want to give you for that time. And the yearly is the same thing as a 20-month variant, but you get it for the whole year. But me personally, me and Jordan were talking, and if Paramount does end up relinquishing AEW from television, they have a backup. They've already reached out to several people, one of them being Amazon. That's the one that everybody is formidable with and everybody usually has already. It's not going to bring a lot of people eyesight to the product, but it still has a streaming service for them to go and do shows and actually be on television. It's like Raw does with Netflix. Um, Bruce Lee, the animated series. I remember Bruce Lee. I remember Jackie Chan too. I remember both of those. Neither one of them, in my opinion, were any good. And I also remember a show back in the '80s called My Pet Monster,
I remember that.
and they also had another one called My Buddy. My Buddy was an actual life size Chucky doll in a cartoon, and it was very fucking weird. Didn't like it. And they also had another cartoon in the '80s, early '90s called the Cabbage Patch Kids, based
Yeah,
off.
I remember that.
Was not a fan of that cartoon either. And they also had Rainbow Bright, Care
My
Bears,
Little Pony.
My Little Pony. What was it? Snorks.
Strawberry shortcake.
Not gonna lie, Care Bears was low fi, not bad. Low brow, not terrible.
Didn't really care for it. And then there was
Bruh, Beastly
Captain
and
Planet.
Mohart.
the Lionheart. Was
Captain Planet sucked.
Captain Planet sucks. All Real Monsters. I remember that one. I was on Nickelodeon. Beavis and Butthead. Everybody remembers Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah,
But it was
that
more-
wasn't for kids. That wasn't for kids.
No,
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead was not for low key. Muppet Babies was fire when you were 4 or 5 years old because all the pop references.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was all imagined. I mean, they'd be in Indiana Jones for a minute, then it'd be Star Wars. I mean, all the movie clips and the shit like that. When I was young, it was great. But I'm a Muppets fan though. I like the Muppets.
My favorite Muppet of all time is Animal.
Yeah, he's
Great.
great. As a kid, I loved Gonzo.
Grover was cool. Gonzo was cool. But you know, in Muppet Babies, Grover was never there.
Who?
Grover.
Muppet.
He
Grover,
wasn't
yeah,
one
he
of the
was there.
children though. He wasn't one of the babies.
I know, but he should have been.
Yeah, but
I could have sworn he was one of the babies.
no, he was. You had two different shows going, and at the time, you see, my mom used to talk about this because my cousin's 10 years older than me. Before the creation of Elmo, Grover was kind of the guy because you see, another one you did not have Kermit on Sesame Street. That didn't cross over. You didn't
Yeah, he
have
was.
Kermit.
Yeah, dude, he was on
Kermit
Sesame
was on Sesame Street. He did
But-
the news reports.
He did, but you didn't really have Kermit on the street. When you would have the 3 segments in Sesame Street. You'd have the opening segment, the 30-minute, and the hour, and you almost didn't have Kermit on the street with the humans and the characters like you had the others. Kermit was more Jim Henson doing side skits. And Kermit led the Muppet Show, the actual adult Muppet Show. You have to remember that Miss Piggy was not on the street in Sesame Street. Gonzo was not.
She was not on Sesame Street.
Gonzo was not on Sesame Street. Ralph was not. Scooter and Skeeter was not. You almost had 2 different casts, and Kermit carried over because he was Jim Henson's main character. Have y'all ever watched the old cigarette commercials of him murdering that dude every 2 seconds? Yes, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but my favorite Muppet was Animal, but Grover was still cool though.
My cousin, it was Grover in his time, and when then Elmo came out in like 88 or 89, but and then it wasn't about Elmo yet. It wasn't really about him yet, but I loved Oscar. Oscar's attitude, I was all about Oscar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Skeeter, and he had another one. He had a brother. It was Skeeter and a brother.
It was the twin sister.
Oh yeah.
But she was
Scooter.
not in the Muppet movies, only he was.
Mm-hmm.
Like the adult version. She wasn't there. She was there as the kids in the cartoon. And neither one was Sesame Street version. Kermit was the only crossover.
Now I think back on it, is like on Sesame Street. Yeah, Kermit the Frog was on there because he did the news reports.
But he was not
I
on
remember
the
that.
street.
It's like
Yeah.
Kermit the Frog.
Oh, that was
reporting
great.
Live.
That was great. But that he was always in skits, not the live, the main part of the show. He was never on the street.
Yeah.
He was in the skits, just like because Grover would show up on the streets. Cookie Monster would show up on both. Oscar would be in both. Big Bird, a former character that we don't.
Monster, wasn't it? Wasn't there a
What?
baby cookie? Wasn't Muppet Babies part? Wasn't Cookie Monster part of that?
No,
Fuck me.
no,
A Cookie Monster for Sesame Street? Yeah.
No, no,
no.
no.
He was
Muppet
not
Babies.
on the babies.
No, that's no. The Cookie Monster was
He
not
was in
in the
a.
Muppet Babies. No.
No, he wasn't. Nope. I could guarantee you, Mike. You don't have to look it up. I promise you.
I'm not looking it up. No.
I'm just telling you,
Fucking hell,
because
man.
Cookie Monster was my absolute favorite as a kid on the Sesame Street show. Because how wild he get and all, which they don't let him do anymore, because cookies are bad for you. How about when he did the Run DMC rap about vegetables, bro? How about he comes out all Run DMC with the chain and all that, rapping about vegetables.
Or the
That shit
Count.
was,
One ha ha ha.
oh yeah, the count. The
Two.
count was pretty good too. He was almost never on the street either. He was a couple, but in the later years, he was only in his own episodes in the
Castle.
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 Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now, but he's the lead singer of the band that has Animal as he's a copy of Dr. John, the dude with the teeth.
Yeah, I know
Mhm.
you talk about that. That was on the Muppet Show.
Got the big
He
old
was only
hat,
on the
right?
Muppet Show.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think of his name, but but Anthony brought it up. Damn, Doctor something. I could be wrong, but he was like a Dr. John ripoff, but it's something to do with teeth.
Hold on.
And
I'll
he had
look
the
it up.
chick on bass. He had Animal on drums.
You had Ralph on the
Muppets Mayhem.
Ralph played the piano.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dr. T. That was his name.
Doctor T. I tell you, he was a cop, and just like Hoot the Owl was a copy of your boy from New Orleans that played the clarinet. Hoots the Owl on Sesame Street had a jazz club that only the adults could get in, and they would show it on Sesame Street, and he would play like the horn, and he was like a copy of like between Fats. Damn, I'm trying to think of his name.
Louis Armstrong.
No, old white guy. He was a dead copy of that. God, I can't try to think of his name. He would play. I don't know if he played a. I don't know if it was a clarinet. What instrument it was? It was not a flute. Not a. I don't think it was
Saxophone?
saxophone. He had a long white beard. He was a New Orleans legend like Aaron Neville.
Hmm.
Which Aaron Neville was on the show singing with Ernie. So there you go.
And Bert and Ernie were the first gay couple.
Pretty much undisclosed. Kind of. I always looked at them as they were roommates, but yeah, as the years passed on, they're like, wait a minute. But you know who I think they were really modeled after? You remember the Odd Couple, the old show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really think that's who Bert and Ernie were modeled after, not that they were gay.
I still love the old guys from the Muppets. The
Oh
guys.
yeah,
Oh,
the two old
they're
guys
the
that bitch about
classics.
everything. Oh yeah.
So I'm watching you, did not have any talent.
They always
All
were the
right.
kids and everything. But no, back to what we were talking about wrestling wise. After the my AEW stuff, the Japan Cup starts second round tonight.
Well, we'll talk. We'll get. Let's save some of that for tomorrow. We can talk a little bit, but let's get into tomorrow night. I'd like to talk about the speculation and details about the future of AEW, streaming and TV wise with the new deal and the new information we got, and Tony Khan trying to streaming out overseas about a year ahead of when he might lose HBO Max over here. I'd like to get into that tomorrow night with the Cup. Yeah, we can talk about that. We're getting into the second round of the Cup. A, B, C, and D have happened. We'll talk about winners and losers and all that tomorrow. We have a mark on the bracket.
Speaking of which, I have the bracket right here.
Yeah, I had sent you an
You
updated
know,
bracket with a marked
We'll
out.
save that for tomorrow.
You know who doesn't have a pick on here at all?
Me.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, if we don't tell him if you could give him the bracket.
It's gonna be the Asian guy. You know, that one guy. You know, he's gonna win. Yeah.
Wow, you
No,
could be the-
no.
could be the-
That's my pick. It's gonna be one of the Asian guys.
No, Anthony, not Kenny G. He was an old man with a white beard, and he would play one of these. And he was a New Orleans, and it was jazz. And I always felt like that's who Hoots the Owl was based on, just by maybe a cross between that and Louis Armstrong. But I always felt like that's who he was. And I can't think of his name. By the '90s, he was old and white haired, beard like me, but white hair. Can't think of his name, but around the same time as Aaron Neville and the Neville brothers and all of those. But I always felt like that's who Hoots the Owl. And he had a jazz club. Only the adults were allowed in. It would be nighttime and all smoky on Sesame Street, but you wouldn't see any of the kids. It was
But
only the adults.
what's crazy, man? I'm going to say this so far. None of us has been wrong so far.
Oh, on
What?
the cup.
Yeah, on the cup, we still
Yeah,
have
but
people.
it's only round two is gonna probably. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
The first match could have busted brackets.
yeah,
What you
It
call
like I said, the Asian guy's gonna win. So there you go.
It didn't though, Jordan. Now the second round could bust some brackets. It's going to bust one of mine and yours, especially tonight.
well, Chris was saying that people were already throwing away their, which Kevin used to say all the time. Well, round one, half the world's throwing away their brackets. They're busted already. It's the cup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
After the first round, but this is in the second round. We're still good, but the second round is going to bust one of mine and yours.
Somebody's gonna go wrong. Yeah, but hey, we rather unpredictability versus being wrong. We want to be surprised and plus see good matches. We don't want WWE predictability.
Does anybody remember this other cartoon with Muppets in it called HR Puffin Stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't get to watch.
that's
I
a
know what it
little bit
is.
before my. I'm 50, and that's a little bit before my time.
It's too old for me too, but I know what it is.
Yeah,
I got to catch the very end. You want to talk about old? I got to catch the very end of Captain Kangaroo.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, I caught the
yeah,
very end of that. Maybe 4 or 5 years old, and it took. I got to actually see some of that.
I
yeah.
did too.
That I caught. I was close to the tail end of that too.
I didn't like it. I like Bozo better.
I was too
Ye-
young to be able to know what I liked and didn't like at the time. They had a
Here's the
show.
show
They had a
for you.
weird ass show called. Do y'all remember the Polka Dot Door? It was on that public broadcast and shit.
No,
Weird.
but
It
No.
was
I
same
do have
time.
one for y'all. I do have one for y'all that will make y'all go, "Whoa, that's some old shit." Back in the '80s, we had a library that would actually let you rent or take home old VHS tapes of old shows. I took one home of the Howdy Doody show.
Oh,
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. Does anybody know what the fuck that was?
I know what it
And
was, but
it was that was way before me because you talk about like 50s right there. But I do. I think I've seen some replays, and I remember they had a special Howdy Doody special, like maybe late 80s, like a special where like they got like the original cast together and stuff like that from the show.
yeah, the
If
only
I
way,
remember right, so I know a little bit of it.
That shit was wild. That shit made no sense. And they had cartoons back then too.
the only thing I could compete with, Mike's bringing up Howdy Doody. I'm gonna go back in time to black and white. Mr. Ed the horse.
Oh
Yeah,
man, everybody knows Mr. Ed, man.
I watched the replays of that.
Leave it the Beaver.
Yeah, I'm just going over. I mean, I like history and all that, so I know about a lot of these things. When I was a kid, believe it or not, don't ask me why. One of
Remember
them,
Green Acres?
Yeah.
one of these channels in the early mornings would start with old ass Underdog at 6 a.m.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
and Mighty
Oh.
Mouse and Heathcliff, all of those replays. Well,
Hey,
Heathcliff was a little later.
Heathcliff was not an old cartoon. Heathcliff originated in the '80s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the Heath, which I always liked Garfield and U.S. Acres better. I was a big Garfield fan and U.S. Acres. I like that a lot.
I really thought Heathcliff could beat Garfield's ass.
Well, the way they presented it, yeah, but Garfield just didn't give a shit. But plus, I liked U.S. Acres, the cartoon between the two Garfield cartoons with
Hee
the
Haw.
farm animals.
Hee Haw
how
was a
about
big
Rocky and
thing.
Bullwinkle?
Yeah, oh, that's another one. That would play in the afternoons when I come back from school around the time of me watching the Turtles, and they brought back all the old
Wacky
Bugs Bunny and
Racers.
Tom and Jerry
What about
at that
Wacky
time.
Racers?
That I would have to, it was an hour, a half an hour before I'd wake up for school. I'd have to get up early to see Wacky Races. To
No,
Dastardly Dan and Muttley.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. My dad thought that was how. He was like, check this out, and I was like,
no,
holy crap.
no, the best Tom and Jerry. I'm sorry to say, the best Tom and Jerry was all the unedited stuff. All the unedited stuff. That was the funny stuff. And before we knew how racist this shit was.
Yeah,
Well,
but even more than them was Merry Melodies with Bugs Bunny. They did all that was culture back then. They I watched a medley of that the other day. He crossing the Mason Dixon line. Oh, master, don't beat me, master. Master, please don't beat me. Bugs
yeah,
Dude, I read the comments, and people of other ethnicities, they say, dude, this is funny as fuck. We're not pissed.
Yeah.
They're like, this is funny. The people had to, they petitioned in the Cartoon Network days when they took Speedy Gonzalez off. The Mexicans were like so mad. They're like, brother, he's like our hero. Bring him back. They had to bring him back.
yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't do that
The
for the
best one, the best one, the ones that like were all the Tex Avery cartoons, and the
That
best
was
one
that
was the
I didn't
musical
get to see.
Maestro, where
I didn't
it
get to see
made
that.
fun of every single race.
That was
yeah,
comedy back in
okay,
back in
bro.
the day. Before people got soft, you made fun of everybody. You made fun
Yeah.
of white people, brown people, black people, Asian and Middle Eastern, Hispanic. You made fun of it. That was real comedy. And you know what?
Yeah, but man, but one part of it did go a little too far. I'm like, even I watch back now, even though it's still funny, but even that I was like, yeah, now I know why they edited that one out when it came to later on in on TV. Because
Well,
I remember it's like there was a certain spot where it just like all of a sudden just cuts off. I'm like, wait a minute, I remember a certain spot right there. Then
Oh, it's all edited
then the
today.
magic of YouTube happened, and it's like, ah, now I know why they cut that out.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's it. Certain episodes of Bugs Bunny cartoons where people get pull out guns and shoot each other in the face.
they don't
That's
have guns.
Like,
yeah,
fuck,
that
what?
because they I was watching TV and they were showing the one where Daffy Duck's trying to pitch a movie to you never see the guy's face. He's trying to pitch a movie to this guy to buy it. And at the end he just goes nuts. The volcanoes and the hurricanes and at the end he goes, and at the end the duck just blew his brains out. And he pulls out the gun and then he gets up and he's like says something. They just cut that completely out and end the cartoon.
Yeah,
Or
there was
I know they don't show the duck season, rabbit season anymore.
They, I had seen it
that you see it on MeTV. You see that on MeTV.
Yeah,
because
it's like rabbit season, fire.
yeah, it is. They do want to avoid the idea of telling kids guns ain't. But I blame this on the people. Teach your kids guns aren't toys, or how to use a gun properly when they're 4, 5, 6, like I did. And you're not gonna have people pulling a real gun in their own face and another people. That's the reason you see all these killings today. Teach. There's no teaching. They're not teaching the kids. I knew by 5 years old how to handle a gun properly. I didn't go around pointing a real gun at people or anything like that or load. I knew all of that shit. My toys were all weapons.
Time out, time out. So y'all never had BB gun fights?
Yeah.
Not against you didn't shoot against people.
Oh no.
Paintball was the era we did that
Well,
in, but not BBs because you could take somebody's eye. We knew that at 5 years old. Don't want to blind nobody.
Oh
yeah,
hell no, man! This shit. I used to have bottle rocket wars, man. We used to
dude,
shoot fucking fireworks at each other.
Yeah, but we're taught. You can forget we're taught like hunters and like we're in war as kids down here about guns. You forget that. Oh, the ones of
Oh,
us that are from the right eras.
oh
dude,
no, we didn't, dude. I did that. I did it in my teenage years, man. We used to fucking
Oh,
from
the bottle
house to
rocket.
house. We launched bottle rockets at each other. Fucking the things that you like, dook, like
those
candle
candles,
rockets.
We had the
We have
illegal ones.
bro.
We would get the illegal ones from Mississippi, and some guy behind the counter would sell them when you knew what to say. And you hold. That's the ones you hold in your hand. And you shoot each other with them. We did
yeah.
that as our teens, but that was a different story. We were
Man,
kids. If we when we were kids and you didn't act right with a gun, you're not gonna get a gun. You're not gonna go hunting, and you're gonna be stuck at home. You're fucked.
Bro,
You
we
better
had
act right.
we have one stupid son bitch that hung out with us and tried to use a gun. That fucker, that fucker didn't come around no more at all, dude. We all took our BB guns and pelted the fuck out of his ass.
Yeah,
Because
no,
pellets hurt.
my
Pellets
cousin, my
hurt.
cousin did some fucked up shit. They were, I don't know if they were 10 years old, and he broke out a 22 and shot your boy straight in the chest. Yeah, and he lived. He lived. It hit his breastbone, and he was like, "Bro, you shot me." And he took off running. Your boy picked up the gun, caught him before he went on the trailer, shot him in the ass with it. But oh yeah, 22, you kill somebody. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
A
That's
22, like
different.
long
That's
barrel 20,
different.
long barrel 22. But yeah, my crazy cousin, he shot him straight, like right up there, point blank in the chest with it.
The fuck? No,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's like committing murder, dude. I'm talking
Well,
about
bro, the
BB
other
guns.
one, the guy who got shot in the chest went home and told us, he says, he shot, I mean, he was like, with a 22. Yes, with a 22. I promise, Dad, with a 20. He shot you in the chest. He said, look, he says, I promise you it was a 20. And they, they knew by 10 years old, we knew. And he's like, yeah. He says, well, what you did? He says, I shot him in the ass. I caught him when he was running away. But yeah, my cousin my cousin. He finally got his life together. Now he's a year older than me. Up to 40 years old, this dude was still robbing people, and he's like, I didn't need the money. I just did it because it was fun. I'm like,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Well, but and he was on all kind of hardcore drug. He finally cleaned up, moved out of state. Dude's drug free today and got a whole new life in South Carolina. Great job, motorbike. All I'm happy for him. It took him, and I said the best thing is for his young son. So I was like, I'm happy for you. But it took him 40 years to not be a jackass.
Yeah.
Dude, 22? That's fucked up, dude. I'm talking about BB guns. Dude, my whole family, if you didn't have a BB gun, your ass was fucking.
Oh well, I was 4 years old with my little Red Ryder BB gun, and I'd have a can set up on a stick out there in the woods, like what 20 feet away. And dude, I would left to right. I was working on my shooting my aiming left to right. Never miss. 5 years old, never miss.
I call bullshit. Anyway,
My old man was standing there, so sorry, bro. When you practicing, you good, you good.
but no, we're growing up, Josh. You know what I'm talking about. BB guns were the shit. You
Oh, yeah.
I still got my little Red Ryder. I still have my BB gun. That's my first gun.
You know what? That's what we gotta do. I should have a BB gun war.
Today you do today you do paintball. You go in the woods, and if you gotta crawl across that creek or through them snakes or climbing that tree, that's how we did it when we got older. You gotta survive. If you gotta pull your gun up over the water and you bloop 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 bloop, and with the alligators and all, you better get across there because I'm coming. My paintballs are frozen, Dick.
Hey.
You're one of them assholes, man. I used to do that shit professionally, man. I was part of
We had no
SAS
gear.
paintball team.
We had no gear, bro. You had to go through the woods like you were surviving, and that way we made sure you're not gonna get shot and say, "Oh fuck you," or "Oh, it don't hurt." You're gonna try not to get shot, and we did
What
that
about,
till we ran out of ammo. That's what we did.
what
And we
about
go
airsoft?
to we would go to different people's towns to where we didn't know the layout of the woods, so everybody's arena was different.
Oh, dude, do y'all remember airsoft guns?
Yeah,
Y'all ever have wars with those?
no,
What the fuck?
didn't have
Yeah.
airsoft gun. We had real weapons like that, not airsoft. The only thing I ever had with CO2 was, I never even had a pellet gun. The closest thing with CO2 was when I bought the boy, he wanted some money. He had a laser sight on a regular single cop barrel paintball gun. I gave him 20 bones when they were new.
Damn, Josh, you got the sneezes, bro.
And coughs.
They got the coughs.
Yeah, it's still just a little chest congestion. But no, I still got my paintball. Yeah, I used to do professional paintball and for scenario games and everything. So I still have all my gear. So
We had the cheap Walmart ones with no gear.
See, I never.
the brass eagle. Yeah, I used to do that too.
I had the Tiger Shark. I got them that D for 20, and a few of them boys that couldn't. Yeah, a few of them boys that couldn't afford that had the little cheaper Talon.
Yep. I had the talent.
Yeah, that was like your beginner's gun, but your boy wanted $20. That gun was like $80 to 100 brand new, and he had professional copperhead laser scope on there. I said, "Give me," and I was like, "Yeah, I'll buy that from you for 20 bones."
But
I still have it
well,
somewhere.
I got some stuff to show off. I don't know, Jordan, if you got anything to show off, because
Why never?
it's midnight right now. So
It's
Why
midnight
never?
30. It's
Why
almost midnight
never?
30. It's almost midnight 30.
Why never? I never have things to show off.
Y'all ready to show shit? Who wants to go first?
I got a nice good stack here, so I got a couple weeks worth of stuff to show.
Let Josh go, man. He hasn't been on the show in forever.
All right, I'm gonna start off with I got picked this up for I think I think they picked this up for like $10, but
Elvis Presley. There you go.
best of Richie Valens.
That ain't
Figure-
Elvis Presley, Dick.
I know. You got that shit backwards. You need to fix your mirror.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it up for tomorrow.
Cool.
All right. I just picked this up for $25. It was already pre-opened, but still plays great.
King Diamond.
Yep.
I do not. I would have paid 25 for that. I don't have that
Fatal Portrait. Yep.
first album.
Then
But I did. But Josh, I did get to see King Diamond play Halloween live. Halloween. And Josh, he played it. He played it at the Haunted Civic in NOLA, the last building that didn't burn down, on Halloween night.
nice. Got this one right here. Slayer Lost and Found.
Oh, you picked that, dude. He only had a few, and you got one. Nice.
Yeah, I picked that up. I got it up for. I think I got it for cheap because it was a little damaged.
Yeah.
But,
you got the last damage. Okay, but hey, dude, that's not. He's probably not. He might not get those again. He only had 6.
Yeah. The only bad part was it wasn't really edited really good. So that's the only bad part about that
Well,
one.
wait, Josh. When you say edited, was the sound quality bad, or was it cutting in and out?
It was.
song?
It seemed like it seemed like they filmed it and they just chopped it up and put the songs in different orders.
Okay.
So
So it's weird. It's weird. I got the Lost Boys soundtrack.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, wow. It's been a while since you bought that. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Picked up that. That was a great soundtrack as well. I got
We're going back a month.
Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune.
Yeah, I had got that one a while back. I showed it on with y'all. Good album.
Yeah. And then got me White Zombie Astro Cream 2000.
I was on when you finally got yours.
Yeah, no, it's not original, but you know what? It works.
What it is, a bootleg?
No, it's
Reissue.
music on vinyl, classic album.
I have the music on vinyl too, dude. It's fine. It sounds fun. You don't want the original? That costs stupid money. I wouldn't play it. I would hide it away, 500 or more. Oh,
Prong. Yes, snap your fingers, snap your motherfucking neck.
there's a few good. That album is. You know what? That album is so nasty. He used the Valve State Marshall head that Chuck from Death used on that album, and you can hear it.
Now I know this is a newer pressing compared to the one Jordan's about to get, but I still got one. Judas Priest, Sin After Sin.
Oh, you were sneaking on me the other night?
Yeah, I saw when you got it.
Saw the price I got for that too, huh?
Yeah, I was like, damn, because I was gonna say it's like, fuck, I'm gonna try to get that too. Then I saw you were bidding on it. And I'm like, fuck, he's been looking for that.
Yeah, I've been waiting for months trying to get one for that. Yeah.
All right, then I picked this up.
It's Forever Doom.
Yes, basically, Black Label Society covering all Black Sabbath songs, and it's really, really fucking good. Zach does an awesome job on this.
I think you were on when I showed the Pride and Glory, right, Josh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Does that make you antsy? Does that piss you off?
Yeah, I actually do. I want to get a copy of that now. So
His best work is on Pride and Glory. His best.
now this one, I was like, I'm glad I got this.
What's
Clutch.
Clutch
Clutch?
Grand National Speedway.
Okay.
It-
Is that the original or is that a reissue?
no, it's not. It's not original, but it's only it's a 2024 and it's a reissue, but it's a first time. But it says first time on vinyl.
Then
And
that
it's
means it's an OG. If it that
Mhm.
Chad was explaining that the other night. If your album never came out on vinyl, it's the first press. Guess what? You now own the OG pressing of that album. Don't matter when it came out.
and it's a limited edition of 7,500 because it's also autographed by the band.
Oh,
There's
nice.
there's
Very nice.
there's an autograph in here. So
So that tells me that album came out in the 90s.
all right. Then I picked up this one right here.
What is
Ruthless Records is basically
That's a
Easy E Boys in the Hood single.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
how much you paid for that?
Um,
Easy E single.
like $15.
oh, that's not a
That you
single.
lucky Jim B would not. Jim B would have steamrolled you to buy that to sell that on eBay for 100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
a
it's
single, is it?
it's not original. This is a repress.
Oh,
So,
okay, okay.
but
I
it
was
is
gonna say, yeah,
E-
something like that.
yeah, it's Easy E Boys in the Hood on one side, and on the other side, it's uh, Easy E and Rendezvous. Philly is the place. So it's only 2 songs.
Yeah, rap vinyl, especially OG, goes for big monies, people.
Oh yeah,
The old NWA, dude. The straight out of Compton.
That all goes for stupid money because like Chad said, there's probably not 40 artists that had original vinyl back then. They tried.
That's like that Insane Clown Posse he's got for pre-order too.
oh
What
yeah.
is
I
that?
ordered one.
What pre-order for Insane Clown Posse?
Chaz got the
Great Malenko.
yep.
Really? Okay, well they finally do. Hey, we just talked about that. I was telling. Oh, me and Mike were talking about it, but
War.
Yeah, I got what? And this is one of their better ones too. Ragnarok. I actually
That's
really dig this one out.
I'm not familiar with that one.
That's got Gorgor.
Now this one got some
Mhm.
Meat Sandwich, New Plague, Crush, Kill, Destroy.
Well, I mean, the concert had Gorgor. You wouldn't see them live.
But the concert, the tour that I first seen War in was this one right here, Carnival of Chaos.
That's a good one.
And actually, I'm gonna be honest. I was not once I heard this again. I was not a fan of this one. I like Ragnarok more than I like this one.
Well, that's an older one though, man. That's one of their first ones.
Ragnarok, yeah.
I can't see what album.
Carnival of Chaos.
Carnival of Chaos.
That's
Yeah,
a
this
newer
was
one. That's
no,
a newer
this
one than Ragnarok.
this is a 97.
I think Ragnarok.
Ragnarok came out before this.
Yeah, like 94, 95, something like that.
Yeah. Then this one right here, I just got this in today, and I had to listen to it. And this was a Jordan suggestion I should pick this up.
Sepultura.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
I had to step outside for a minute and take a leak. But what Gore album did I miss after Ragnarok?
Carnival of Chaos.
A Carnival of Chaos.
Okay, I thought you might have been this Toilet Earth, which I kind of like.
Oh, Toilet Earth, I'm actually looking for. It's like, yeah, I want that one. But
That's the one.
Antarctica. Live from Antarctica is good too.
What album I told you to get?
Sepultura Amsterdam.
I did.
Yeah, you said Sepultura. He's selling Sepultura albums. I'm like, okay.
Oh
went and
no,
jumped
it was it was a CD. It was Barcelona, and I
Oh,
wanted
okay.
it, and it sold. And when you didn't go for it, I tried to go for it, and somebody got it. It's the Under Siege from '91. Barcelona's unbeatable.
Okay. Well, I got this one from
But it's
Amsterdam.
still the
So
original guys. I've never heard that Amsterdam. It's probably great.
it actually, I just listened to it today, and it sounds awesome. So, all right,
That
that's what I
era
got
was
for today.
sweet.
I'll show another stack off tomorrow.
All right, let me grab one thing and I'll be right back.
There's his little Pink Floyd epileptic light going.
So we need to take a trip to IKEA to get you them shelves for all them records. Well, actually, I just got some stuff from what is it? From Amazon. So and I haven't filled them up yet. So,
All right, here we go.
but I still got like a whole shitload of crate full of vinyl. I still got to listen to. So,
All right, I'm up.
Yep,
yes.
you're up.
All right, now we're zoomed in. Everybody can see my gorgeous Pink Floyd light.
Yeah, your epileptic light.
Oh no, you want Epton? He wants Epton.
There you go.
Reminds
Reminds me of that movie, Miss March. You ever seen that?
me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It wasn't
There
called
you
Miss
go.
March. Yes, it was called Miss March. It was you ever seen that movie, Miss March?
No.
I recommend it.
All right, there you go. There's your epilepsy while I do this. But while we got Pink Floyd up, I've been having this for a while and didn't realize it was in an album. Here's my Pink Floyd air freshener. I'm probably going to open this one.
Nice.
Nice.
First side of
Might
the
throw,
moon.
might throw that in the car when we all go to the wrestling show.
Cool. You
Um,
this car stinks. You heard that, right, Josh?
actually, no. My vehicle does not stink. All right, a little foreshadowing from Mike earlier. But speaking of BB King,
The
had to
electric
grab-
BB King, his best.
yeah, one of those.
Take that damn sticker off of there. There you go.
Yeah. Now I have everything kind of categorized where I know what I've played and didn't play, so I kind of get it. I don't have to leave them on. And then I grabbed the let's see, damn, he wanted 35 for this use. Pretty sure I didn't pay 35 and talked him down, but we can get rid of this sticker too.
Fandango. Hey, he wrestled in WWE.
Not the wrestler, the album did. Yeah, Fandango's pretty cool right here. Good rocking album. Heard it on the X, Tush, Ball of Knees, all of that's on this one. Just the get down era of ZZ Top, not just the formulaic shit. Like when they really got down. Let's see who else we got here. Let's dig right here. Okay, one more. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, check this out. I could rip this stick off. I don't know why these have my name on them, but no price. Yeah, I got this for $10. Check this out, Josh. The first one,
Nice.
Stranglehold.
Oh
First
yeah,
one.
that's actually a good one to have.
Oh yeah, I mean Stormtrooping, all of that's on here, but Motor City Map. But the first one for $10, I was like, give me that. Yeah, this is all stuff I've had for a month or longer. I'm boxes behind. A modern album. And what I paid for this? It's the Walmart exclusive. Sealed, blue and white splatter, $25. Yeah, that's why.
Taylor Swift. You bought Taylor Swift.
No, I bought Stone Temple Pilots before they went gay. One of the two good albums from Stone Temple Pilots. This is Vaseline and Big Empty, Interstate Love Song. Is that the one Mike hates?
Yes.
There's another song on there, Unglued. There's a bunch of good shit.
He even has Cashmere on there too.
This he wanted. What he wanted? He wanted $45. I talked him down 5 to $40. But I said, what the hell? I'm trying to get all this era of their shit, but it's Scorpions live, baby, worldwide.
Not a fan of them.
I am.
I don't like hair metal.
They're not hair metal at all. They are one part rock, one part love ballads, and they're pretty good. And this thing's got blackouts on here. Loving You Sunday morning. Big City
Scorpions, oh, yeah.
Nights. Holiday, still loving you, rock you like a hurricane, fucking the
You
zoo.
like it hurt, dude. That's hair
No
metal.
one like you. I mean, there's a bunch of good shit on this double album here. I'm
Yeah,
pretty happy.
yeah, that's all hair metal stuff, man.
That's not hair metal because they were
Yes,
not. No,
dude. Rockin' love ballads. That's hair metal. That's Poison. That's
yeah, that
Warrant.
was in the '80s. These dudes have been through multiple eras. They just celebrated their 50th anniversary. These dudes have
So
been
did
around.
Motley Crue.
When what you call was in the band, they were not hair metal, dude. They're a whole different band. You need to learn your Scorpions. They only for a certain period in the '80s they did ballads. Besides that, it's all rocking, and then it was they've been through three different lead guitar players, and styles have changed. This I had to get. This is a good one. I paid 39. It's sealed. One of the best, not comeback album, but one of the best modern albums from a band that's been so long around for so long, and their best album since I would say 1984. Not even kidding. And
Van Halen.
this came out in '07.
Please
It's
don't.
Rush, Snakes and Arrows.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, good album. This and their last album were solid as fuck. Best shits they did since '84. And it doesn't sound old. It sounds modern and good. And we're going to end with, oh, no, we're not going to end, but I'll show this last vinyl before. Damn, I really paid $45 for this. Anyway, pressed on green and black marble vinyl. It's sealed. I needed to get it because I'm trying to get all this stuff because it's not a big catalog, but I love the band. It's Typo Negative's first album.
Ooh, not
Yeah. And you
Yeah,
can
the
see,
original. Yeah,
and
the original.
here's the dick going in her pussy. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're old shit. Like the original shit, so hard to get, man.
That and Origin of the Feces ain't that hard to get on represses. The hard
No,
one to get
but the
is,
original shit. The
oh,
original shit.
you could get them, but Bloody Kisses. The hard one to get that they're not repressing is fucking October Rust. That's the hard one to get. The
I see.
popular one.
I seen that. I seen Chad.
I need it. I need that. And to end the show, when y'all come over here, y'all are arriving the Friday, probably, who knows, probably the Saturday night after we get back drunk. We're watching this and we're gonna rock out.
What is it? Deal live.
You know
Nice.
what's sad? I
This
was
is
listening to
this is
this.
the classic shoot. This is like his classic live show. I think it's '86. I'm trying to see, but this is the one where he fights the dragon and all the crazy shit happens on stage and the lights go nuts and the statue shoots and stabs it. This is the one. Like
Nice.
Lee's dad told us years ago, drunk, like in the 2000s. Man, I was on acid and I went and watched Dio and this Egyptian statue came alive and this eye came in this laser and then and we would just look at him like he's loaded. And well, I watched this and he wasn't lying. So I can imagine watching that on acid. Live in Philly, '86. And this used to be available. Chad said it himself. He's right. This was available on YouTube. They pulled it down. You cannot watch the show. But yeah, this thing it's the Sacred Heart tour. So the third album, like for the first three albums are the shit. It has the interviews from '86, interview with Ronnie and Craig, as Rock and Roll Children, music video, and a behind the scenes. And I had to pay $20 for this thing because he had it on auction. Why I don't know, but inside I never looked. We could find out. Here's whoever bought its paper that they left in. Not too good a business, but they bought it from Best Buy, and he paid with it's very worn down, but somehow he got a savings of $12. But it looks like he paid $14.24 for it, and yeah, he paid $14.21 back in the day. I'm trying to. He was a member, so he got a reward. I
I
was
have a
trying to
question.
read a year on this, but it's so faded. Yeah, they actually put this. They left this dude's receipt in there. Bad business, but he bought this somewheres, but
Right back.
he bought this, and I'm looking at the bottom of the receipt. He bought this in 13 or 14
Oh, okay.
because he's got they offering him savings on shit and drawings for 8, 4, 13, 11, 13, 11, 12, 14. So he bought this in 13. for that amount of money. So, and the disc, believe it or not, looks to be in nice shape. Like I don't even think I have to rub it on my shirt. So
Nice.
anyway, yeah, whatever poor sod owned this and let it go, it's mine now, sucker. And I get to watch Dio fight the dragon. But they also have the drummer like a million miles up on rocks for this show, and the keyboard player is like up high on a mountain on the side. So yeah, we're gonna have to put this on surround sound on my TV when y'all come and watch this.
Oh yeah, I can't wait now.
Well, that's true. You ever been around? I told Mike we were gonna do that, and he was like, "Hell yeah!" I'm like, "You never seen it?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "I don't know. Josh ever seen it either." I said they'll be down because it's a great the sound quality and all. It's like it's a good live show, and it's packed, dude. Like it's got like 16 tracks.
Yeah, that was my one regret is never seeing Dio live.
I never got to see him live. He came to New Orleans in '03, and I was too young. And a friend of mine who fell off a roof and died, who was married to a girl that I knew, he died years and years ago. He told me he was at the '03 show because he had a shirt on. And he was like, I was there, dude. Came to House of Blues. He never came back. They probably didn't pay him good enough, but he never came back to Louisiana. But yeah, I never got to see Dio, and I never got to see Lemmy and Motorhead. Damn it, any version.
I got to see Motorhead.
You
That
should.
was one of my bucket lists.
Where you
Judas
live, you
Priest was one
should.
of my bucket lists. Alice Cooper was one of my bucket lists. The next one is Iron Maiden. I never seen Iron Maiden yet.
I did well. Now you're not gonna see him with Nico, even though he's not the original drummer, and Dave Murray's leaving are gone. So now you're gonna see him with whoever.
I
Yeah.
have a question, Jordan.
Tell me a question.
All right. So if an album says LP album LTD TRA, what does that mean?
LTD should mean like that could be the limited
Limited?
edition, or that could mean a like LTD. What's the other initials?
TRA.
Limited. That wouldn't be Terra Hot pressing. So I'm not sure about those initials behind there, unless that means maybe that's written on the vinyl to give a code. Well, who's the album? Who's the artist?
Oh, never mind. It's translucent blue.
Oh crap! Translucent. Should have known it was about the disc. I'm trying to get vinyl information before we look for the color of the disc over here.
But
Who
the
was
original,
who was the artist?
some shit you wouldn't understand.
Okay.
They're punk rock / reggae / alternative rock.
So they're a ska band. That's what you're saying.
You ever heard of Pepper?
They're a ska band. That's what reggae and punk is ska. SKA.
Well, Pepper's
Oh.
not really ska.
Okay.
Pepper's from Hawaii.
All right.
But I don't know.
Let's see. Let me read this. What did? Guess you have all that shelving for records. Damn it! I want an excuse to go to IKEA. Well, shit. Okay, let me pass out real quick. I'm guessing Monica's having a fit when she saw the typo negative. I'm guessing that's what makes her want to pass out. I'm taking a
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, the only typo negative one I got is the
Least
best of.
worst though.
yeah, the least worst of. I got
Which
that
is
one.
edited, which is heavily more edited than I remembered.
Yeah, I think the CD version's a lot better. I think the CD version is like not edited.
It is cut down because I had the CD, but I feel like they cut it down even more, or it just through the years I realized because I know the music so much better that the longest stuff is like, how you gonna cut Black Number One? We don't need a radio edit for that. Oh, she was talking about the lights. You want the lights?
Hold on. Time.
I thought she didn't like the lights, or are they too crazy? She's saying, "Oh my god, I want that. Oh my god." Well, I could make the lights chill out.
I think she was talking about your whatchamacallit.
I could make it chill out. Or I could
Your
make it do that.
your
Big Floyd.
no, the
Typo negative.
Stone Temple Pilots album.
Oh, that's
Oh no, I was right. I had to go change my Brit when you showed the typo. Wait, I had to go change my britches when you showed the typo. I had a feeling that's who she was. The ladies like Typo and Peter, bro, and I didn't show None Inch Nails, so that was my guess. She got wet over Typo.
Mm.
That was my guess. I doubt she got wet over BB King or ZZ Top.
Yeah, I think I got to try to find that October Rust in that one.
When
The
I
one that
said I
you got.
want okay, she was referring to SDP and type. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's our era. That's the era we all of us grew up in that era when all that shit was brand new. So all four of us love that music.
Oh yeah.
What you looking for, Josh?
I gotta find that typo negative October Rust and the one that you showed. I gotta find
I
that too.
need I need October Rust, and then I'm gonna see if I can maybe find some couple of I don't have any of the others, but October Rust gonna be the bitch to get. Bloody Kisses is easy.
Actually,
Um
the one I'm trying to find, I want Ministry Dark Side of the Spoon.
man,
Oh,
he had
that's a great album.
last year he had a few of those ministries. Repress isn't new, but he had them.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had like a few of like the golden years of ministry. He had like a few of those.
but Dark Side of the Spoon is like the greatest hits, and
Okay, Monica's lo-
I
Monica's losing it in the chat. I
don't
said
think so.
she's like waterfall.
I don't think you're right about that. Ministry, because I have Dark Side of the Spoon.
What's the other one? Is it Degrees? What's the other albums around for ministry around that time that were big?
The first album was with Sympathy. That's their first album, come out in '83.
I'm
Oh,
looking
you
for
gonna
the
read?
best of. That's the Ministry album I'm looking for. I'm looking for the best of.
That would probably be the cheapest vinyl you could get from them. A best of ministry.
Yeah, and I
That
think
would
that's Dark Side of the Spoon, ain't it?
No,
probably
man.
23, 20, well, today,
I
probably
want to
26
say it's
bucks.
from Beer to Eternity. See, the Beer to Eternity, because they still making albums now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still around. He's still doing the damn thing. Different members, but he's still the main guy.
Yeah, I saw Ministry about 2 years ago with Rob Zombie and Filter.
She says, I cannot put Christian Woman on that mixtape because my older sister won't like
I'm
that.
gonna go back up here and look at the Dark Side of the
Well,
Spoon.
don't
Dark Side of
you
the Spoon.
you know, Monica, that the intro to that album with the machine screw that's not part of Christian Woman, right? That's just the intro. So
No,
if you
it's not, because Dark Side of the Spoon has Supermanic Soul, Whip and Chain, Bad Blood, Eureka Pile, Step, Nursing Home, Cave, Vex, and Soylence, 10 out of 10, No Audio, and Untitled. Those are the
Okay.
only songs on Dark Side of the Spoon.
yeah, I'm talking. Let me
Ministry
get
best of album.
Monica. Christian Woman, the real one starts with
Best of
Forgive Her
albums
for she just
include Greatest Hits from 2001.
Greatest Fits. That's the one I'm looking for. My bad.
Yeah, because that's what you're looking up is
Greatest Fits.
Monica, it starts with Forgive Her for she does not know what she does. Okay. Then the other part's like its own track. That's not the intro to Christian Woman. That's its own single track. So if you can, it's
Greatest
not on the
Fits
mix.
come out in
Greatest
2001. Jesus. They have a CD comp. They have an LP Blu-ray. Hold on. LP Blue, LP CLE plus comp limited edition. That's a reissue. You can't even get that.
There's my cat. She's being a little whore
Are
right
you
now.
looking for a CD or are you looking for the actual vinyl?
Well, I know I got the CD. I want the vinyl.
Yeah, we're in the vinyl over here, bro. Come on, huh?
Good luck on that shit.
Well,
You're looking like
you can find it.
$87. $87. And that's a reissue.
You probably go to Ministry's actual website and probably get it.
Shit. That dude don't reissue shit. He don't even own the name Ministry. He lost it because his heroin addiction was so bad.
He sold it. It means.
He sold that motherfucker. He lost a lot of his shit, man. There's a cassette comp too, man. It's fucking $84. Kiss my ass for a fucking cassette.
I got one of his cassettes. I got a live one.
Yeah, I got Dark Side of the Spoon. What is the other one? The one that's got a swastika on the album on a CD. Filth Pig. I got that one. Mine is a terrible thing to taste.
All right, guys, it is almost 1 o'clock.
Y'all ready to call this?
Yeah, tomorrow we can get into the AEW speculation, the talks about what's coming for their future that got a little more real, the New Japan Cup fallout from how we call that? Not series, but we've had round 1 is over of the New Japan Cup.
See, I have, before we go any further, I got the Land of Rape and Honey. I got the Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. I got Psalm 69.
That I was asked for this morning.
That's some bad shit. That's got Jesus Built My Hot Rod and all kinds of good shit.
A guy lives down the road asked me if I had that on vinyl. I said no, but it's easy to get the repress.
Yeah, NWO, Just One Fix, Jesus Built My Hot Rod, Psalm 69, Corrosion, Grace. That to me is like the best album they ever did.
See, I got
opinion.
I got Ministry's Greatest Fits on CD, and I got on cassette. I got In Case You Didn't Feel Like Showing Up Live.
Bro, they got the actual LP from Brazil, the actual original Brazil on Discogs for $117.
I wonder how good it was pressed over there in Brazil. Wonder the sound quality.
I don't know, but they had the repress, which is 2 LP for $50, brand new. You can get that for like brand new, but the original that ain't bad. There's another one right here for 114. It's in Brazil too. I don't think it was released here, man.
Time to take a ride.
Because some of the albums that were like that were never produced here. They were produced around the world, but never here.
Yep, that's why your boy thought he got a steal the other night, which he wasn't wrong. And a lot of people didn't jump on it. The first Ozzy, Blizzard of Oz, first came out in the UK, and he got the original UK pressing. Yep. And it came out over there before the US, and he ended up leaving with it for under 100. He was all happy.
Like this right here is from Greece, brand new from Greece for $151.
I had to show it one more time, Monica. It's full of good songs.
Which one?
The one I just held up. That's why she said, "Oh my God."
There's another one right here from United Kingdom for 114. Dude, I'm telling you, it just Psalm 69 was like that album of Ministry. Ministry to me is one of those bands that, if you want to be honest, they're the godfathers of industrial metal.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's like, no, 9 Inch Nails. Like, no, Ministry.
Honestly, I'd go with Protocon over all of them, but my favorite.
Protocon?
Yeah.
But Protocon wasn't really industrial metal. They were like techno hip hop.
Okay, not metal, but the techno in the industrial world, he broke boundaries and did shit that still today sounds fresh. He was so far ahead of his time.
But he was not before 83 though.
Over there overseas he was. You didn't hear about it and get Lords of Acid here, but he'd been doing this shit the whole decade. You ever heard the world's first techno song ever from way back, like late 60s?
Protocon didn't come out until 90s, man.
Dude, the dude was running like Lust came out 87, 88.
93 was the very first album he ever did.
Right.
The singles came out in 88, 89.
Yeah, Lust came out back then, dude.
Yeah, but I'm looking at everything that he's ever done. And he almost passed away a couple years ago.
Who?
Oh, you've got ages. The dude's been doing techno music since the early 80s. I'm telling you, overseas. We didn't know. But half of what he did influenced the whole UK and Germany and scene that came over here.
He
Who?
considers this is out of Protocon. This is his biography by himself. He is the first DJ and artist to release rave techno metal.
Who?
Prodigal?
And it was released in the 80s on vinyl. It was never released on anything else. And in 1991 was his released Rave Alarm.
Yeah, but Lust came out before that with Lords of Acid.
Lords of Acid was released 1992.
Sure that Lust came out 88. I'm sure.
Lords of Acid, which was his second project, their debut album Lust was released in 1992.
That must be a world release or something because I've looked that up and I've gotten 87, 88, 89 for
You can
release.
you can find stuff from 88, 89, but it's just singles.
Okay. I thought the album came out back then because there was a big old conversation about that, and these two white dudes had two dates, and they went to a black club, and the black dudes figured, oh, that's what these people are into, and they played "I Sit on Acid," and the dudes tell the story that them two girls walked out that club so fast it wasn't even funny. They're like, oh, you think that's the kind of girls we are, darling, come here, fuck me up the.
Yeah, Lords of Acid has their own webpage too, and it's only in Europe. They don't have one in America.
Not surprised.
And there is a 9 CD, 1 DVD box set of PragaCon that was only produced in Europe, and it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, the whole techno scene, which came from over there, was partly because of what he did. I mean, he influenced Madonna. You wouldn't have had Vogue from Madonna in '90 if she wouldn't have dipped into the Euro sounds of what was going on in beats at the time. I was thinking of that earlier today as well. So much of that stuff was the whole techno thing came over here from over there, but then it had to start somewhere. I mean, if you trace the roots back, and where's he from? It's not Sweden. He's not from like the United Kingdom. Where's he from? Protocol.
He is from Nordic. Fuck, give me a second. I'll tell you.
Belgium. They're up there.
He's from Belgium.
All right. He is. Okay, Belgium. Not that far as I thought. Can't want to say Sweden or Denmark, but
yeah,
Denmark is.
He's a co-founder of many successful acts like 101, Lords of Acid, and MNO. Maurice was also the co-founder of Antler Subway Records, along with Roland Beelan, better known as Bellucci, and Morton Sherman Bellucci.
Yeah, I mean, the dude was not the first, but the first in taking industrial music in that. Because, like I was going to tell you, the first techno song actually came out in the 60s. And it's funny because it still has that 60s drum beat. But you can hear in the sound what you hear today. And it's just crazy to see the evolution of it. But yeah, Popcorn is considered the first ever techno song.
It says it right here. 1988 was Lords of Acid's first single, and it was Lust. Now, I Sit on Acid was their very first album, or very first single, and it came out in 1988. Lust came out in 91 as a promo, 92 as an actual release around the world. Voodoo You came out in 1994, Our Little Secret 97, Expand Your Head 99, Far Stucker 2001, Deep Chills 2012, Pretty and Kink 2018. And they got a new album that's on right now on Kickstarter being produced.
On Kickstarter?
Yep.
Trying to get that kind of help?
Well, the reason hell, Run DMC had a Kickstarter album, and so did what is the name? Fuck. Ministry, and Ministry had a Kickstarter album. A lot of these bands are going to Kickstarter because they don't want to produce the money themselves and get it funded by us.
Right. Well, also makes sense when your boy from Ministry sold his own name. He don't own the rights to anything, so
he don't shit.
All he gets is money for participating in live gigs. He's still gonna have to pay percentage to whoever owns the name, and if he goes through a label and doesn't go indie or private for a label.
I forget his name. Is Alan Borgensen or something?
Yeah.
Alan Jorgensen.
Man, that was he must have figured his career was when he was that desperate and on the wing. he must have said fuck it and just sold everything, thinking he'd never do music again, not realizing, hey, what goes around comes around. You're gonna be back popular again. I bet he regrets selling that. Hey, I don't know if he'll ever get. I wonder what the name's worth and if he'll ever come to the finances to be able to buy it back.
Jonathan Davis was on one of his albums.
Oh yeah. Jonathan Davis was on Sepultura on Roots.
Yeah.
And then there's a dude from up there in Chicago. I'm pretty sure Josh knows what I'm talking about. He goes by Bobby Mars.
I've heard that name.
He was huge back in the early 2000s. He was on tour with ICP and everything. Marz. He was the very first
Mars, the original six man on the original Dark Lotus.
Yeah.
I knew Mars.
Yeah, he was friends with Al Jorgensen. He almost bought fucking the Ministry name, which was crazy.
Mars, I don't know what happened to him. He got replaced for the second Dark Lotus by Anybody Killer.
Yeah, and then
my ex-wife was actually used to hang out at a bar with one of the original members of Ministry.
I believe it.
Because they're all from Chicago, so
yeah. Well, most of them are. Yeah.
I think we're starting a trend, guys. I think with the 2 nights running back to back, Monday and Tuesday, I think Monday's turning into, if there's a ton of wrestling news we'll cover, but more bullshit and reminisce and have fun with everybody, and Tuesdays are becoming more of the news nights. And you know what? I'm all right. I'm okay with that. But yet again, I regret that we don't have an end of the week show with all the news that comes out after we do the show.
There ain't nothing. There ain't nothing. Usually that would be Sunday because that's when after all the pay-per-views and
every time for the last 3 or 4 weeks in a row, all the news comes out like by Friday. Like
but
after
Wednesday to Friday. Go live, man. We go live on Thursdays after we watch Tea and Crap.
That's y'all's Tea and Crap podcast. That's not the news.
But we do talk about the news, though, don't we, John?
Yeah, we do. We do kind of recap of stuff that we didn't hit on
Tuesday or Monday.
Yeah, because we do the with TNA we also do a review of Dynamite as well.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, if you're not watching Ringside Rants,
you're doing life wrong. I got no squirrel.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're not just food to eat. We're also
we're food for the ears, baby.
Fucking right. And Jordan, take us home.
Yeah, I think we might have to start a fan petition, see if we need a Friday night show to cover the rest of the news for the end of the weeks here. That might not be a bad idea, but
fuck you. Thursday night's good enough.
Move y'all Thursday reviews over to Friday with the news, and we can cover the rest of the shit that happens.
We do hot takes, man. We do hot takes, and
let's get rid of Monday and do Tuesday to Friday.
No, man, I like Monday and Tuesday. Monday is like our fun night, man. It gives us a chance to sit here and relax and chill. But take us home, Jordan. Waiting on you.
All right. Well, just like this Pink Floyd light back here that's losing its mind, or when I showed STP, or Typo Negative when Monica lost her mind and things got wet, or my classic BB King of those other albums, or this live Dio album, which I already put back in the cellophane. Just always remember, people, what's mine is mine, it's yours. You might not know it yet. It's going to be mine, too.
You might have a fun fact before we get the hell out of here.